Hey, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. How you all doing? Everybody had a nice day. How's things going? I'm just going to move my cup. Just going to move my cheeky little cup. There you go. Bish, bash, bosh. That's the way we like to see it. Thank you very much for the sub there, Shelby. Very much appreciated. Let's get back to playing a proper fucking game. None of that early access bollocks. Alright, I've forgotten all the keys. Does anybody remember what we were doing? I ain't got a freaking clue, mate. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a ganders. Nice little ganders, like, innit, eh? What should we go and do? Should we go and, let's go to that nitrate mine. How long have we got until the next horde, guys? Anybody know? I'm just going to skip hordes from now on, by the way. Can't be arsed with them. Waste of time. Game's a sack of shit when it comes to hordes. Horde logger? What the hell? What do you mean horde logger? What are you on about, horde logger? You better be looking after my goddamn house, you bunch of knobs. Alright, how's it going, evil? Let's see if evil's died yet. Evil. 1. Crimes have got about 15 deaths. Look. Thank you very much for the bits, Paprika. Thank you very much for the bits. Chew Toy! How you doing, fella? Alright, Mom. How was that, Simpsy? Do you reckon I made the transition well there? I'm afraid I couldn't do the backdrop. I'm not sure what happens if I try and do that mid-stream, so I'm sure a little bit of sexy editing and we'll be fine. So, no one will ever know, right? Well, look, if anybody wants a Blue Fang server for Dark and Light, let me know. I don't know, what should we... I mean, I've got another server now. What shall I do with it? I don't really know. This is the awesome server. Yes, I'm playing a small, squat, dwarven thing. 126, cheers, Zar. Let me know, Dave. Zar, do me a favour, mate. I'm going to give you a special command. Yeah, if you know the horde's coming up, let me know, dude. You're right, hapless one. That's alright, Simpson. I was thinking of you there, girl. I was proper thinking of you, mate. I really was. It's a shame that's happening with Dark and Light. I think I could get into that quite a lot. I think the one thing I'll take away from it is it's good. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be fair. Having actually sat down and played it now. I mean, how many hours were we on it yesterday? Wasn't a huge amount of time, was it? But it's the little things. It's the little polish things that means it's not quite there with Ark. So, for example, the one thing that definitely doesn't feel right is you're just sitting on Pumba. The animations, you know, a little bit jerky, a little bit janky, you know, getting stuck in monsters, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, the core game's there, though, isn't it? You know, they've got, in what is, in my opinion, a really solid foundation to build on. It's just not there yet. I could definitely have put another couple of weeks into that game, to be fair. And, you know, I'll check with Blue Fang, find out what's going on. You know, doesn't mean we've got a server for a month. You know, I've played up front for a month, so... we'll have a look. We'll see what the future may bring us. But I have to say, overall impressions, if I was to suggest, you know, if someone was to say, look, would you recommend it? I think, hand on heart, I'd probably say yes. You know, despite the issues we're having, I'm sure we're not, you know, the only ones, but I'm sure there's also other people playing it that haven't had any issues, to be fair. You know, it's a solid game. It's definitely a solid game. Just needs some polish, needs a little bit of thought putting into you know, the UI and the heads-up display a little bit. But we could say, I mean, let's be honest, mate. I mean, if we're saying that about that game, then Christ almighty, we might as well just bury old Ark right here and now, because that is like the world's worst ever heads-up display, right? Thanks, Simpsy. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Gal. So there's something very, you know, this game gets a lot of slack, doesn't it? You know, it's another early access survival game and all the rest of it. And actually, when you think about it, I mean, when have we ever really had any problems with this? I know I don't want to jinx myself, but how many thousands of hours have we put into this? How many rollbacks have we actually had to have? How many, you know, game-breaking issues? I mean, the last time I remember anything serious happening was really with Zar, but let's be honest, he's an elf, so it doesn't really surprise us. He was quite often getting sort of like broken characters. And you know, that was how many times? That was like once or twice, You know, we just sort of rolled your character back and bish bash bosh. You know, it just seems to be like a bit of a glitched area on one of the servers, didn't it? You alright, Skidmark? How you doing, fella? There was the time the server went up to fuckery and you hunted all the server people. I don't remember that. What's that? What's this about? What did I bloody do, mate? I did what? I did bloody what, mate? I don't remember this. This is a bit like that time I supposedly went crazy in Life is Feudal and started chopping people's heads off with a bastard sword. I reckon people just make stuff up. It's a little bit like a cellar incident. You alright, Chelsea? How you doing, guys? Dark and Light devs probably haven't kept pace with the latest version of Arc code. No, I mean, it's definitely behind. It's like I was saying earlier, Tutor. At some point, obviously, that license would have gone across to them. And obviously, the Arc devs at Wildcard have continued developing it. So it's not like they'll have been continually updating them. I'm sure now with... you know, with Snail essentially owning Wildcard, things will start coming together. Hand on heart, I'm very excited for it. I'm glad I've had an opportunity to share it with you. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've certainly learned a lot more about the game, even in the short time we've played it, than I did just racing around. To be honest, my plan was to get a flying mount and just go and explore the island for a day or two. Even if it meant dying over and over to terrible beasts, I just wanted to have a little bit of a bit of an exploration. I think the one thing I'm going to take away from it as well, I'm going to struggle to go back to Ark, guys. I am actually going to really struggle to go back to Ark because there's a lot that game does. It's made me realise how pointless Ark is in terms of combat. And this is going to sound really critical, but I actually truly believe this, and I don't think my stance will change on it. Ark is pointless when it comes to combat. You just get a big dinosaur. You just roam around on a T-Rex or a Bojangles. There's very little that's going to threaten you. Yes, there is still things that can kill you.
Grum, you might want to check the temperature there, fella.
Oh, yes. Oh. Nice one, dude. In Dark and Light, I really felt like, you know, I'd got options. You know, so someone said about, I think Strike mentioned switch out to the bow and arrow, you know, when you're low on mana. I can switch out to a sword and board and go a little... none of that really, it doesn't feel like it's viable in Ark. It feels like Ark was always designed to have, you know, overpowered dinosaurs that almost ruined the game in a way. I mean, Pumba there just took on a really big dude and very nearly died. In our game, Bojangles would have just gone and ripped his head off and that would have been it, would have carried on our merry way, you know? I think Ark would really have to rethink itself, and I can understand why the Wildcard devs were quite excited to see what Snail had actually done. Was it in Bite Man's chat or Co's chat? I can't remember. Actually saying, you know, this is the first time we've actually seen the game ourselves. And I think it might have opened their eyes to, you know, the potential for some much more interesting melee and ranged combat. Anybody sort of see where I'm going with that? Unless you've played it, you probably can't really feel it. It's one of those tangible things. It just feels like I've got options in a... I feel like I'm playing my character. I feel like I am that character when I'm playing... I mean, I'm not talking about immersion, but I feel like I'm in control of that character's fate. Whereas in Ark, I feel like I'm literally at the mercy of whether the dinosaur's actually going to fucking do what I've asked it to do. And whether or not I can spam heal it, you know, if you're fast enough or something. Interesting, though. It's really made me realise that Ark, as much as it's a fantastic game, actually is far from as good as I thought it was. There was even a huge difference between Pumba and that Reaper. The Reaper level 64 and Pumba 117. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, he was nearly dead, dude. I mean, he was. I mean, what would you say, about 15-20% health at most? Yeah, if Ark was optimised, and when it goes optimised, I will go back to Ark. I definitely will go back to Ark, and I will see, you know, because the game is beautiful, and I'd really like to explore it more. But in terms of actually being a game, I think Dark and Light, I'm not going to say it pees all over it or wipes the floor with it, but I tell you what, it's got more to it, even at this really early stage. And I think it's going to appeal to a much wider audience as well. I really do. They added an otter to the latest patch. What, in Ark, or what are you talking about in this one? Right. What are we coming at? We're actually trying to find nitrate, aren't we? So actually, this is not actually what we want. Should we go PvP and go and kill Z-Star and Evil? What do you reckon? Should we get a sniper off and go and take the fucking lot out? What do you reckon? And blow up their base as well. What do you reckon? TNT it, sniper rifle. I reckon we could take the lot on. What do you reckon, guys? We do it. We go on a rampage. I reckon we could take the lot out. I reckon we got the skills, bro. We'll tool ourselves up with max armor, get a shitload of sniper rifle pellets, just go and take the fucking lot out. We'll take out Z first, she's the ringleader. I reckon Evil will be lost without her. We'll take out Z, then Divine. Take out the ladies first, they're the brains behind it, right? And then we'll just hunt, I can see you in chat there. No! I'm coming to get... I'm coming to get you, Z. Oh, dearie me. Oh, god damn. It's why I love this game. I love this game. I can turn off on this game. It's my chill out game. I'm not getting all stressed. I have to say as well, inventory management I always said this about when Blind was playing Empyrean Galactic Survival. It was like, oh my god, it's so much clicky in menus. And then I used to think, but hang on, we have a lot of that clicky menu. Let me get my stamina back. Clicky menu stuff in 7 Days to Die as well. But then I go and play something like Dark and Light or Ark, and I think, Jesus Christ, mate. It's like everything's this freaking inventory just over and over and over and over again, isn't it? Let's play a game, Z. Jigsaw Grum. Right, this is not working out for me. Let's continue with the tunnel and further into the snow biome. We were doing a 4x4 tunnel because I fucked up, but we won't tell anybody that. I like inventory management when it's keeping things tidy. I think the problem with a game like see, I can move that there, Zar, and I can move that there. I can't do that in Ark. It auto stacks it, and it's really annoying, dude. It's not inventory management. I've lost control, Zar. It's stolen control from me. I have to say, guys, though, we need a new game. We need a new multiplayer game that we can play as a community. Dark and Light, I could see a few familiar faces thinking, oh, you know, I actually quite like the look of this. Like, I quite like the look of this fella. But it's just not ready, is it? It's just not ready. My advice to anybody picking up Dark and Light would be don't buy your... Just go and play on public servers. Because to be quite honest, you're probably going to end up with a wipe or something catastrophic happening anyway. Go and enjoy it. Go and enjoy it for all its PvP nightmare nonsense. And just get on with it. Just, you know, have a couple of characters on a couple of different servers and just enjoy it. You know, don't get too involved with it. Don't get too attached to it. I think the game's going to progress at a humongously awesome rate. And, you know, 6 months in the bubbling pot, I think we'll have a really, really cool game there. I will definitely be looking forward to revisiting that. No doubt about it. You know a good place? There's a game that I've heard about, Zar. It's got like, I think it's oh, I'm trying to think, mate. It's like a free roaming game, and I think something I really like the sound of, mate. I think you can have like a little kite and you can sort of like fly around the world a little bit. You know, if you get to a high point, you can sort of jump off it and float around. And it's got swords in it and arrows in it. It's got a bit of a shield. It's got quite you know, some very interesting, cute characters. Yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it, fella. I'm pretty sure we've spoken about it though. It's called Breath of the Wild. That's the one. That's the. We need multiplayer Breath of the Wild, mate. That's what we need. Are you up for doing joining a Dark and Light server when it's up to the point where it's somewhat stable? Yeah, definitely, Mark. Yeah. I mean, I have to say again, you know, I mean, this isn't all negative. In fact, I'm hoping I'm not sounding negative at all. If you were to ask me, should I go and buy Dark and Light? I'd say yes, definitely. Support it. Let's see where they can take it. The server was super stable. We had no glitches with the server. The server, when we were on the right one, was absolutely solid as a cock, mate. There was no rubber banding. The only issues we had were with loading, and that's not the server. That is just simply the game. That happens on all servers. It's something that they are working on. It's something they know that and are aware of as a dev team. But yeah, we didn't have any crashes. We didn't get booted out of the game. I mean, the game seems stable my end. You know, I'm going to be honest. I have got a very, very stable gaming rig. This thing doesn't do anything else. In fact, the only thing this thing does is stay up to date with drivers and stuff. You know, it's not used for anything else really. So if it's not crashing on this and it's crashing elsewhere, it's probably more indicative of an actual, you know, fucked up system that's been on Pornhub far too long, and had a little miss the clicking things he really shouldn't be clicking on just because he saw Lara Croft with a big pair of titties on it. Not that I ever would have done that, by the way, and I certainly wouldn't have done it on my gaming rig. But yeah, it was solid. You know, I couldn't ask for more really. You know, especially not for an early access game. You're right. What's that? Who's that? What Slime Ranch? What's Slime Ranch? I keep hearing about this Slime Ranch. What's it all about? Slime Ranch. It sounds awful. It sounds like the most hideous. It sounds like some sort of freaking mobile game. I mean, I know it's not, but that's what it conjures images of pay-to-play mobile gaming. Slime Ranch. Yeah, so who are we going to go and kill first? Well, should we do a poll in chat about who I have to hunt and murder first? And then the rest of the server can sort of try and protect them. I like it. Yeah, I've got a couple of rocket launchers as well, you know. I reckon we could do this. We could go at Grum Rambo for the rest of today, mate. We'll have them. We'll have a lot of them, mate. Pissing about when I've not been on the server. The cheek of it, right? Taking up my valuable days. Look, I don't even know. I've lost a whole bloody week now. Goddamn cheeky motherfudgers. At least that's a little bit cleaned up. This is all starting to look a little bit messy. And of course, it also adds to the heat map. Not that it really matters because we're at God knows how deep. Or bedrock, I guess. We at bedrock? Alright, let's go. Diggy, diggy hole. You vote Divine. Nice one, Greystrom. There you go. First fight's in for Divine to be horrendously slaughtered by Jigsaw Grum. How would you like me to kill her? You even get a choice of weapon, Greystrom. His major on the server is not, unfortunately. No, well, what we could do is we could go and completely nuke his base. And just, what we'll do is we'll flatten the entire base and just build like a 40 sort of spire penis where it was, mate. What do you reckon, Supersy? You're just going to chase Divine around the server with a chainsaw. For some reason, this is appealing to me greatly. I don't know why, but you know, I think for entertainment value, you know, for science, for the stream. It's been a difficult day. I tell you what, guys. I will say this. Just take into account, right, when I'm playing a new game, I am like a kid in a new sweetie shop. And it is really hard to keep up with chat, guys. Especially when it's a new game. And everybody knows more than I do. And everybody's telling me to do 15 different things. And everybody's got an opinion. And it is really, really hard. And at one point, I just decided to troll the fucking lot of you. And just do either the exact opposite or just fucking ignore the lot of you. Which is basically what happened yesterday. So don't for 1 minute think I wasn't exactly aware of what was going on yesterday. In fact, I was sitting there having a right old giggle with a lot of you. I actually thought at one point Z-Star was literally going to just spontaneously explode in front of a PC. It's really hard to keep up with chat, honestly. It's really hard when you're playing a new game. See, doing this, I know I can literally read chat between the swings of a pickaxe. I know the game that well. Everything's so well timed. When it's a new game, I don't know anything. I don't know the UI. Worst of all is I've not got the Steam controller configured. So literally, I'm playing a game. I'm not streaming a game. I'm actually trying to play a bloody game. It's a freaking nightmare. Honestly, it's a freaking nightmare. It is. It's 4 wide, this one, Fist. Yeah, mate. I bobbed it back at the end there. Right from the actual shaft look, dude. What happened was I actually filled the up there. Look, I actually backfilled it to try and put some supports on so it didn't collapse in the snow. But then didn't take that into account when I came down, dude. So yeah, we ended up with a 4 wide one, unfortunately. Right, let's. But if anybody has got any, I think I mean, to be honest, guys, you know me, I don't pick up early access games. I just don't buy them anymore. I mean, the only reason we've had a sneak peek at Dark and Light, you know, my hat is off to him because thank you for a marvellous experience at his mojo. I've had a lot of fun across the last 2 days, and I'm sure, you know, I've got a server up and running. I'm sure I'll be back, you know, over the next month playing about with it. You know, if anybody wants the, well, I was gonna say if anybody wants the IP address for it, yeah, good fucking luck, mate. But I'll see you on the awesome server. Sod Grumbadia. If you ever get on Grumbadia, say hello to Pumba and give him some bloody tomatoes or apples or whatever it is, mate. Because I think he's gonna get very lonely out there, to be quite honest with you. In fact, we've probably got random people joining Grumbadia right now as we speak. Probably from Team Awesome. Very strange, very strange. But yeah, if anybody does know any other games that actually play well, I don't mind buying an early access game if it's playing well. So for example, Fortnite. Fortnite is an incredibly polished game. I mean, if anybody has got any thoughts, anybody knows any community-based games, I'm all ears, you know what I mean? So 7 Days to Die is always going to be my go-to game. It always will be. I love this game. End of story. You know, so sitting there thinking, what am I going to do now? You know, some people are, oh, fuck it, we're going to end the stream now. I'm like, sod this, mate. Get a chance to get back on 7 Days to Die. But it's nice to mix it up. You know, it is nice, especially on a Saturday. I really enjoyed that Saturday we had playing Fortnite. I've enjoyed today playing a bit of Dark and Light. I think people getting near Pumba will get wrecked. He was a badass, wasn't he? He was a good find. I started panicking a little bit when we were taming him. I was starting to think he's not really doing a lot here, is he? He doesn't seem to be slowing down. I'm thinking I've probably just got through about 15 bloody holding arrows here. Yeah, he's. I mean, they look amazing. I have to say, some of the assets for the animals look phenomenal. I mean, the wyverns in flight look really nice. I mean, they're not up there with the, you know, the beautiful tapajaras and things. So they're getting there. You were sat there playing Zelda, hearing you almost killing poor Z-Star. I can't believe you've nearly finished it, Zar. 75% of the way through, and you've only played it for a week. I mean, you must have been putting some freaking hours in, bro. We're not one shot in stone anymore, are we? God damn it! Should we go get some steel? Played it for a week. I know that. I thought there was a lot more to it than that, Zar. I'm guessing you've only done like the main quest or something, not all the little things. I mean, I'm sure we've been hearing about people, you know, putting like 400-500 hours into Zelda and still finding, you know, weird and wonderful things they didn't know about. Let's go back home. I'm gonna get some steel. Oh, hang on, big hole. Diggy hole. Is that Ocean's stroke Ice's new name? Shroom. We just calling him Shroom from now on. Yeah. Rust. There is no way I'm playing Rust, mate. Not in a million freaking years. Not unless you tell me Rust has fundamentally changed from that completely horrendous, pointless PvP fucking knobhead game. I played Rust back when it first came out, guys, and I fucking loved it. I absolutely oh yeah, that is the wrong one. Freaking loved it until I realised it was going nowhere and it was just houses on stilts. What I want to play is I want to play a game like this. I want to play a game that, you know, is potentially PvP but isn't. PvE. I want to play a sort of community-based survival game. It doesn't have to be the best graphics, but something that plays well. You know, this game plays well. You know, it might not play perfectly, but it plays bloody well. And it's reasonably bug and glitch free. Offers an opportunity to play alongside each other, but also offers you an opportunity to, you know, have your own little house and, you know, progress at your own rate if you can't get on every day and all the rest of it. So it sounds like it's really simple and there must be loads and loads of games like it, but there aren't. This game is almost unique in what it offers in that sense. Rust Legacy is still fun. So Rust Legacy, what is Rust Legacy? You're going to have to tell me, Fist. Are you talking about Rust Legacy is like the original Rust? Because if you're telling me that, then you're lying. Because the original Rust was shit. So I'm not sure what Rust Legacy is, mate. Is that like, you're talking about like some sort of like rollback to what it was originally, where it's it was wolves and bears and things, and or rather before it was wolves and bears. Sorry, I'm not sure anymore, mate. I don't know where it all went. To be fair with your fist. Yeah, well, I don't know what to call him anymore, Shelby. I don't know what to call him. Ice. You see, what happens is he comes into chat and he'll say, you know, like, hi, so-and-so. By the way, it's Ice. So he's even still calling himself Ice. I don't know what to call him anymore, Shelby. We'll have to think of a name, you and I, between us, of what we're going to call him from now on. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, we're playing at max settings, to be honest, dude. So I'm actually running back on 720p rather than the sort of close to 900p we were running at before. I'm going to compare the two. I don't know if anybody in chat has noticed any difference today, but thought I'd drop back to 720p and keep the same bit rate. I'm not sure what that translates to in terms of visuals at your end, unfortunately. I've been tinkering. I've been tinkering with things. I like to tinker. Tinkering's good. Let's throw all of this back. How's things around, Mike? You alright, fella? What you been up to, mate? Things good? Welcome to the channel and all that jazz. Got a little bit of nitrate. Look, I mean, we didn't get a huge amount. We've got a little bit. Better than a kick in the old Fanny Adams, right? Yeah, have you noticed any difference, chicks? I mean, I was thinking of going to 1080, but I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty sure even at this bitrate, 1080... It would be fine for a... like, for example, the game that Z-Star was playing yesterday. That game, you could probably stream at 1080p, and it's going to look fantastic. But I think for a game like this, especially where there's foliage... So it's always foliage that cocks things up, mate. It just leads to a lot of... well, I suppose you could call it blurriness, but I suppose the more technical element would be artifacting, if you wanted to be, like, strictly accurate. See you later, Ice. Look after yourself, fella. Right, let's just get everything repaired then. So I'm pressing all the wrong buttons because I'm trying to open things the same way that I did in bloody what's it? Repair that. See, the thing is with the 864, because it's not going to be native to anything, I'm starting to think it probably isn't going to look right. It's going to look great on mobile, where everything's getting essentially downsampled anyway. But for someone that's playing it on a 1440p monitor or a 1080p monitor, then the 864p is not going to look great. So I thought I'll have a play about with that. The Horde isn't until 126, I think someone said, mate. So quite a while. I'm going to head back. I'm just going to stay in that tunnel for a little bit. Quite close to home, aren't we? Whee! Yeah, but you've got foliage, mate. You got no chance. You got no thanks. You're gonna get artifacting no matter what. I mean, I think Dan's Gaming's got a nice setup where he actually has, essentially, he has almost like a server-side rig. He actually processes on OBS on slow, which is mind-blowing. I mean, that boy has got some serious money spent on his setup. I mean, be under no illusions, that is not an amateur setup. We are talking serious hardware there, mate. So he actually encodes on OBS via slow, and he runs at a well, technically 5,500, I think is his official statement, with a 1080p 60 FPS stream. And you can see artifacting even on his. So for us low-lifes that haven't got a super server to do encoding at that level, you've got no chance. We'd really need to be able to up our bitrate to get a decent 1080p at 60. You know, it's the future will be here. You know, I have no doubt there will be people start streaming in a couple of 3-4 years time. You know, and certainly before that, he will be able to have really nice 1080p streams. I have no doubt that Twitch will up their bandwidth. You know, I think the increase to 6,000 was just, you know, 720/60s now really, really nice. 1080/60s probably outside the realms for most people still. Depending on the game. Depending on the game. What was that? I'll rename after 50 days. What? Back to what? What are you going back to? Ocean. I think we should. I think for punishment we should call you Ocean until you change it, mate. It's as simple as that. I think you should forfeit the right to be called Ice for a little bit. To be honest, mate. What does chat reckon? 4K strums. Oh, can you imagine it, mate? Oh my god. Imagine that bandwidth. They have to stream at 4K. Jesus Christ. Down the hole, mate. Let's imagine there's a zombie about to eat your testicles. There you go. That got you wriggling down there, didn't it, mate? Whee! Boo! Ooh, what the hell? Whoa, that's really weird. I was thinking, why are the torches all over the floor? That's really weird. That was like a proper... I looked at chat and then looked back and it's like, whoa, those torches have sunk through the floor. Then I thought, why would we have torches on the floor? That's quite cool. Shroom, it's just Shroom, is it? So Ocean, everyone in chat from now on, Ocean, also known as Ice, he's forgotten the right to be called that. He's now just simply Shroom. HD65L. Who knows, Fist? Maybe. Who knows? I think there's a lot of new tech gonna. I mean, streaming is now such a huge thing anyway, isn't it? Not just gaming, you know, streaming videos, Netflix, all that kind of jazz. It's all about streamable content, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, Fish. Yeah, there's too much variation from essentially frame to frame, isn't there? Yeah, I mean that's it in a nutshell. You've only got to, you know, to turn a fraction of a millimeter, and all that foliage is instantly rendered, essentially, even in game at a different angle. There's no consistency from frame to frame, isn't there? So yeah, absolutely, mate. Oh my god, what, you timed Shroom out? Oh my god, this is getting serious now, so what have you started, bro? What are you playing at the moment, Fist? Got anything on? Any sort of anything you're looking at server-based or anything? I don't know what your I know you've been obviously hitting Pamela. Did you ever play Foxhole, Fist? I can't remember if I was having a chat with you about that or someone else. I know Dolphin's enjoying it. I don't think it's my cup of tea, Foxhole. I kind of like it. To be honest, mate, if I hadn't sort of had Fortnite, if you like, sort of sent my way, I think I probably would have invested in Foxhole myself and had a little sneak peek at it. I just don't think it's I just don't think it's for me. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. I just don't think I've got. I just don't think I'd enjoy it stream wise. It feels a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure. But as a premise of a game, it looks quite cool. Certainly a good community-based game. You know, all getting squads. You know, working up to get your tank and all that kind of stuff. Subsistence and paranoia. So you've spoken quite a lot. In fact, let me make a note of this, dude. Subsistence. What's the plans there? I mean, talk to me about it, Fist. What do you reckon? I mean, is it something that you think lends itself well to sort of some sort of like community setup? I'm gonna go and watch your VODs later, dude. I'm gonna actually sit down and do that. I've made a note. You've literally just been put as #1 spot there, Fist. I don't know what I'm looking at. I can see a Kappa face and then I don't know what the other face is, mate. Yeah, no, it looks, honestly, Fist, it actually looks like a really good game. I just don't think it's for me, dude. I can seriously see why people would suddenly fall in love with a game like Foxhole. I think it's a game of a little bit of a blast from the past. You know, the old sort of command and conquer, but, you know, each of you's actually controlling a unit as such. You know, squad-based gameplay. I watched a guy on YouTube playing it, and it was really, really good fun watching their squad try and traverse a bridge. And there was like a real ebb and flow to the combat where they kept getting pushed back, and then they really mixed up their tactics and they managed to break through, and they've got a tank trundling over it. It was quite exciting to watch, actually. I mean, genuinely was quite. It was like watching a little mini episode of some long forgotten war film almost. Quite cleverly done, and the banter, of course, was quite interesting. You know, they'd actually got a good team, but they'd also got the idiots who just wouldn't shut up. So it was kind of hard to hear the guys that were sort of actually genuinely trying to crack on with it. Subsistence is a good game. What do you think its strengths are, Shroom? Where you know, if you were to talk to 7 Days to Die, so the strengths of 7 Days to Die off the top of my head. It's just simply the fact that you can. It's a game that you can just keep playing. It offers so many different mechanics. You know, if you want to do farming, if you want to do building, if you want to do scavenging, if you want to go nomad, if you want to do fighting, It's the diversity that I think lends itself to all genres of gaming and therefore has a wide appeal. Plus, it's got zombies in it, which is never a bad thing. Where's the strength in subsistence? Is it in group play? Is it in building? Is it in the tightness of the combat? Is it in the exploration of the game? What is it? Worlds Adrift. Someone's mentioned that a couple of times before, and I know we've looked at it because I think we actually looked at it on stream. I can't put my finger on what Worlds Adrift is. Let me just make a note of that as well. So there is a video that he put out when he was going to let Steam greenlight, which shows multiplayer already exists, where 3 dudes are cooking around a fire and then go off to fight a bear. So, but it's not got that yet. There's no multiplayer yet. I mean, that is right. So we're not going to be setting up a subsistence server anytime soon, right? So I mean, it may be in the making, perhaps, Fist. Worlds Adrift is the one where you make airships. You got me confused there. Maybe I haven't seen it. Did anyone see my post up of Sea of Thieves? I think I popped it in Discord. I tried to. I don't know if it actually went into Discord. Because I actually had to copy paste it about 15 times before it seemed to pop up as an actual YouTube video. They did another little sneak peek at it, and it actually looked quite good fun. Still don't understand the game yet, but I know Dolphin's been in the beta, I think. He's spoken quite highly of it. We're nearly out of the snow biome, and we've not hit any bloody nitrate yet. Multiplayer Stardew Valley. No, I'd rather cut my own penis off, mate. A Grum subsistence stream. What, you fancy that, do you, chicks? Why, chicks? What appeals to you about it, then? We should. I'll tell you what we will do. We'll boot up Miscreated at some point in the next couple of weeks. Even if all we do is just roam around the map and try and find a stall. About time I got around to that. I'm really struggling here. I am seriously pressing all the wrong buttons. It's amazing how when you switch to another game, it's everything just sort of snaps into place very quickly, and it's really hard to then snap back to another game. Muscle memory on the Steam controller. You alright, XGen? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame the server, to be honest, XGen. I think it's just more the game is a little bit strange. I don't know, dude. The server's there, I just can't get on it. But I can get on other people's servers, even though I'm not trying to. One sec. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Sorry, what was that, guys? I want to hear your hope deflate through your voice. Why? What's this about? What? It's subsistence. Why is it a bit of a brutal game? Is it? H1Z1, no chance, mate. No way. I'm not touching H1Z1 with a barge pole, bro. I was heartbroken over H1Z1. I followed development of that for a long time. And then realised what a disaster it was when my PC was actually in storage when it released, and one of the first things I did when I came back to the stream, got in touch with a couple of peeps who had picked it up, and they were like, no, don't touch it, don't go there, run away very quickly, don't go there. all cheaty McCheaty wall hackers and people flying around servers like Batman and all the rest of it. Fuck that shit. It's a brutal game. You hate H1Z1 so bad ever since getting it and not getting refunded. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it ever. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. It's very hard, isn't it? I think for those of us that like playing these kind of server-based games, and you know, something like Dark and Light comes along, something like Citadel comes along, there's a natural attraction to them, isn't there? There's a natural kind of desire to want to play together, I suppose.
We got a full tank of
But
gas,
if the game's no good...
cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
How you doing, Hurricane? How's things, fella? How you doing, boy? Boy? Don't Starve together. No. I like Don't Starve too much. I would never play Don't Starve with other people. I just don't think the game's going to work well. I think the whole point in Don't Starve was that it was bloody hard, and I think playing with another person would take a lot of that away from it. In fact, weirdly enough, during development, when they were doing the sort of trials and the public feedback, it was the biggest issue they came across, wasn't it? That I mean, this is from the what are they called? Quay? Was it? I can't remember the name of the dev anyway. They actually said that they'd underestimated just how hard it was to migrate what was such an incredibly tightly manufactured game in terms of balance to multiplayer. It's really hard, and it's like I said right back at the start. Sometimes as gamers we wish for things and actually somehow manage to completely suck the magic out of a game in doing that. Don't Starve was about you surviving. It was about that sense of isolation, loneliness. Everything about the game was a little bit spooky, a little bit, you know, a little bit about you and what's going to happen. And really, if you make a cock up, that's down to you. You need to be, you know, keep your wits about you. As soon as you throw another person into it, you suck that out of that game. And I really don't want to ever play it. I want to remember Don't Starve as the wonderful, wonderful game that it was. And I think playing it with somebody else would just... It would become more comical. It would become more... It would take the... You know, it'd be like, what are you going to do? You'd start becoming efficient. You'd start allocating jobs and things would happen. And I know they've balanced it to make it not a breeze in the park and all the rest of it, but... Not my cup of tea, mate. Clay, was it clay? Yeah, exactly. 2 of those, please. Love the long dark, Nengra. Yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we? Because the what is it? The I mean, just a quick question, and please don't spoil it too much. I know it's a fairly straightforward question. But I know these sort of questions are like, oh yeah, but if. Roughly how long is the single player campaign? I'm assuming there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. As opposed to you sort of play it with the new story mode, and then at the end of it, it's like, and now you're off in a survival open world. I'm assuming that's not the case. I'm assuming you actually pick up the story mode, you play through it, and you get the titles at the end. Does anyone know approximately how long that is? Without too many ifs, buts, and giveaways and story spoilers. Oh, there's only 2 episodes. Oh, I see. In which case, I'm not playing it then. Let's play it when all the episodes are done then. Oh, I didn't realise this. Okay, all right. I kind of was under the impression it had released, and that was it, and we've now got a story mode. So there's no way I want to pick that up, because I'll make the same mistake I did with that, what's that game we played that was episodic done by, I think it was Capcom, wasn't it? With the girl. 5 different episodes, and I played the first 2 and of course had to wait like 3 months for the next one to come out, so I lost interest in it. Life is Strange, that's the one, so. You play story or survival. Yeah, I know that, yeah. I think you can stretch it out to 3 to 4 days of full streams, but wouldn't we be better off if like Fist's saying if there's only a couple of episodes? Should we not just wait? Not just the tips on. My God, mate, that sounds nicey, nicey. All things spicy. Very nice. James Bond. It kind of sucks, doesn't it? I think all of us could sit here and say, right, what we want is this. A game. But it just doesn't exist, does it? These games just aren't out there. And I don't know whether that's because we all want slightly different things, or is it just because money talks and games are now built around what the money sayers say. I don't know. It's like things like Project Zomboid done with an overhaul in a slightly more 3D or isometric stance or viewpoint, whatever. I can see a wonderful game there. 7 Days is great. They've just completely dropped the bollock with Hordes. But that will change. You know, we know they're bringing the AI team or the AI lady gentleman in, and I think that will really make this game stand out. You know, if they can do what they hope to do with it. I think this game was always on borrowed time in terms of the actual gameplay, as opposed. I'm not talking about the longevity of it, because obviously we have all the creative things that we can do, but in terms of the challenge, that just vanished when tier 7s went. Back then we had to use pillar 50s. We had to be repairing. You know, if you wanted a bit of a cushy base, it was very hard to pull off unless you just dug a big hole. You know. It was a challenge back then. You know, there was a dread, a fear. Oh my God, you know, we've not got enough ammo to survive this horde, and now it's kind of just go and live in a house. Don't worry about it. Do you graphics in the Long Dark are like Nintendo 64-bits 90s graphics? Oh, I can't agree with that, Paprika. Long Dark's very stylized, mate. I don't think it's there's a lot of detail in there, mate. A lot of detail in there. It's just that a lot of the time I think you'll probably find... I've only watched one guy play it, Paprika. And I remember thinking the same thing. I thought... Not that I didn't like it or I wanted to be negative about it. I just thought it's actually a very clean game. There's not a lot here. You know, it's a very stylized. All I can see is like a big white sheet of snow with a little bit of terrain variation and some trees. And then every now and again he'd pick up some sticks. And that was basically all I saw the first time I tuned into it. I thought I don't want to ruin too much. And then I tuned in another day and he was actually in what appeared to be some sort of cabin. And he was actually looking around the cabin and there was like what looked like a coal burner. And I won't say too much more just in case everyone feels that spoilery. But it was actually quite well done, mate. It felt good. It felt like a very clean, crisp, and very artistically sort of stylized game. I don't think it's. I wouldn't criticize it for being ugly or simplistic. I think they've just gone. It's like Firewatch. Firewatch was a very strange game, but what I liked about Firewatch wasn't so much the actual art style, as in I suppose the 3D assets or the terrain. It was the colors. That's the one thing I take away from Firewatch more than anything else other than the story, was the brilliant use of colour, mate. I thought it was stunning, absolutely stunning. So often these games, I mean, you know, you can criticise the Long Dark, but I think they've chosen that sort of almost blue and dark, foreboding colour to add to that sense of isolation and that sense of being out there on your own. You know, it's not a lovely rainbow, jizzy unicorn world. And I think Firewatch, it was a beautiful game. You know, it actually had some glorious orange, reds, yellows, all that lovely autumn colours. And it's so rare you see that in games these days. He did say you could hire people in, but then the game wouldn't be what he wanted, and the people playing it are happy to wait. There's none of this. When's the next patch? Wow. What are we talking about here, Fist? Are we talking about subsistence? Yeah. So it's a game where the devs are building the game they want to build, and sod everybody else as long, unless it's like constructive criticism. In other words, yeah. I'll check out your VODs, mate. I mean, any you know, if you played it like a couple of times, mate. I mean, is there anything on your VODs that you'd recommend, Fist, or shall I just like go back to your VODs and just go, you know, day one sort of thing? I don't know if it's one of those games where you've rebooted 3 or 4 times. And obviously, I don't want any spoilers, Fist. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. You know, if I think about picking it up, but Oh, it's just a... Oh, so subsistence is being done by a single gentleman. Oh, wow. Fantastic. Another success story. I'd love to hear about that. That's brilliant. All of them are super fun. Grumbul, just you getting wrecked constantly. Okay, all right, yeah, cool. I'll check them out. I'll just randomly choose one for the last couple of weeks or something. So just one guy makes subsistence. Wow, that's mad, isn't it? How much is it, Fist? Just out of interest, is it? You know, I'm guessing it's an early access game. So, is it one that you can get on Steam, or is it one where you have to go on a Kickstarter kind of fund page, or you know, some sort of crowdfunding? I'm guessing it's on Steam. It's actually in his spare time, and he has a full-time job. Wow, dude, that's crazy, isn't it? $15. Yeah, that seems reasonable. You're right, Mark. How you doing, fella? We'll have to do a load of giveaways tomorrow, guys, because I know Mark and Fraggy have given us a ton of keys, but I've just not had a chance to actually write them all down. I don't like pissing about on Discord while I'm streaming. I have a nasty habit of clicking things I probably shouldn't click. We'll make a nice little list and crack on with those, mate. Thanks for those, Mark. I've not forgotten, dude. Time, mate. Except, obviously, we'll ban Z-Star from any... Oh, there she is in chat, look. How's things, Z? Why have I got 2 pickaxes, actually? Now I come to think of it. Good. God, we're still not out the snowball. I still haven't found any bloody... What's it? 10:59. Okay, we'll have a look. I might hate it, you know what I mean? I might take one look at it and think, oh, God, no. I think I have seen footage of it before. Oh, this looks like nitrate. Is this nitrate? Yes! Bloody nitrate at long last, mate. Oh. Thank you very much. So, it looks like it's sort of start... Oh my God, look at all this, guys. It's me moaning. I've just stepped into a huge nitrate vein. What about you, Aric? What are you up to, mate? What are you playing at the moment? Find anything to tickle your fancy, fella? Could play Warframe. Yeah, oh, you could come and suck my dick, mate. You didn't see that one coming, did you? You know what I mean? A lot of things I could do, mate. A lot of things I could allow to be done. But, yeah. That ain't one of them. Throw that back in there. Throw that in there. Bish, bash, bosh. Grum bombs, mate. You can use... It's like a slot machines are. You're right, Doc. How you doing, fella? Actually, Doc's in chat. Maybe we should go play bloody RimWorld. I've still not played RimWorld yet. I think the problem with RimWorld is I think the entire internet knows it inside out, apart from me. It'll be even worse than Dark and Light yesterday. We'd have to make sure that we don't tell Z when we stream it, in case she's played RimWorld. She literally couldn't handle the rage. It's all right, actually, Doc. Really good. We kind of got a bit of a hiccup. Basically, every time I tried to join our server, we end up on the awesome server. No, absolutely no lie, mate. I just don't understand it. So, thoroughly enjoyed it, dude. I would go so far as to say it's... Well, I've already said it. I'm not going to go back through it all, but it's gonna be significantly better than Ark, unless Ark fundamentally changes what it is in the next week before full release. I think Dark and Light will definitely be the superior of the two games by quite some long shot as well. I don't think there's any doubt that Dark and Light will prove to be a significantly superior game. It just needs polishing. It needs something to really set it aside from Ark, because we've still got... I mean, we've just streamed it for like 2 days, and there's every Tom, Dick and Harry comes into chat trying to be a funny fucker, talking about, oh, it's, you know, it's Ark. Yeah, it is, mate, really. Yeah, we've not heard that one before. It's kind of like... It's good. It's got a lot of potential, mate. A lot more potential than Ark ever had. It's just whether or not they pull it off, Doc. You know, it could be a cash grab run. You know, forget it. And that's the last we hear of it, mate. But you know, I'd be very, very excited to go back and play that when it's, you know, a little less janky, a little less buggy. You know, they've got a lot of, I mean, just little things like getting the terrain flattened out a little bit. There's areas that clearly you're either meant to be able to clamber up or you're not, but it looks like you're supposed to be able to. And it's little things like that, you know, it's letting the player know you can't get up there, or letting the player know, yes, you can get up there. There's nothing worse than going up, you know, a small 20-degree incline and it suddenly bounces you back. You can't even jump up and over it. It just lends itself to frustrations. But, you know, that's a really small, you know, nitpick. The UI, the heads-up display, it's definitely from a few versions back from Ark. You know, little things like not telling you what mode, if you like, you know, what status your dinosaurs are, you know, whether they're passive or aggressive or attack my target. There's no way to tell that unless you know the rotations on the wheel, for example. The taming's vastly superior, although it's such a minor change, it just feels so much more fun. I think group taming will be marvelous with it. The actual combat, so you get a much better sense of combat. Fun and enjoyment. You feel more part of the character. Well, you don't feel like it's you just basically pretending to play a dinosaur, which is what Ark is. 99% of the time, if you're not in your house, you're out on a dinosaur. In Dark and Light, you are your character. Your character's vulnerable. Your character has a huge repertoire of skills, weapons, magic, all at their disposal. And, you know, with a dodge roll mechanic, it's very mobile. It completely puts Ark to shame in that regard. I really enjoy it. I don't think it's ever going to be a game where it looks like they've toned down the ability to just basically breeze through the game by having a dragon. You're still going to have to be very good and effective just as a character, and it seems to fit the game really well. You know, elves, dwarves, humans. You know, we've seen some people on Twitch streams, you know, that are really focused on sort of like ranged DPS with the bows. You know, I'd really like to be able to go a bit more melee sword and board. I have heard that that's very hard to do at the point. You know, there's a lot of balancing to do there. In essence, they've taken Ark, they've made it interesting, and they've made a better version of it. It's just like Ark was 18 months ago. It's very much an unpolished diamond right now. If they continue development, I think they'll have a real showstopper on their hands, and I think it will have huge market appeal as well. In a nutshell. What was that? Grum, if you know anyone with it, would you get them to try to jump on your server later on to see? Well, hang on. You know the way you move while mining drains your stamina. You don't use shift while mining, you will never drain your stamina. What I hear you talking about, mate. I'm not sure what you mean, dude. Like, if I don't press shift, I'm not sure what you mean, dude. I mean, like doing this. You're just standing. Oh, I couldn't just stand there. I'm not sure what you mean, dude. You're talking about not moving when I'm mining. Is that what you're talking about? I couldn't do that. I'd go out of my fucking mind, dude. Oh, just stand in one spot. What, like this? Oh, no, fuck that, dude. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. No, fuck that, mate. To be honest, mate, I've spoken about this a couple of times, dude. It's one of those weird things. It's very easy for someone to say this and do this. Yeah? Yeah? If you're not streaming. The problem is, I'm constantly looking at two screens, mate. And by doing this, what happens is, in my peripheral vision, I'm keeping a sense of where I am, where I'm oriented. When I'm doing this, and I'm just standing still, mate, and I come back to the screen, it's almost like I've forgotten exactly where my location is. It's one of those weird things that, as a streamer, that you'll notice. You'll notice a lot of streamers always doing backwards and forwards. Their characters control different. As I come across the one screen, I'm doing this nearly all the time, and sometimes a little bit of strafing just helps me, dude. It's a weird thing, dude. It's very hard to articulate why it happens, and it's not something you're even remotely aware of. In fact, I only picked it up years back when I was streaming early days, and I thought, why the fuck am I always moving? And I tried to not do it, and it wasn't even in this game. In fact, I can't remember what game it was. It's got to have been Diablo or something else, mate. But my character was constantly in motion, dude. And in fact, to be honest, mate, you won't even be aware you're doing it. I bet if you started streaming or even just trying to regularly play and, you know, maybe reading a book on another screen or something, you'd suddenly find yourself doing it. I think it's the brain's way to sort of not get a headache. It enables you to keep a better orientation in a 3D space. It's an interesting point, actually, Kikistraka. It's been a long time since we discussed that. Do I have 5 -6? No, I do, mate. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Is that why people do that weird moving thing while looting on PUBG? I think PUBG is more about constantly moving so someone can't easily get a headshot on you, I would have thought. I think there's a constant, you know, just keep shuffling about in that game. To just see if anybody doesn't get that super easy fucking smacking your ball sack, mate. I would have thought. I don't know. Could be, though. Could be exactly that, mate. I know what you mean, Grummy. If I stand still, I get disorientated and end up with a tunnel as bent as a dog's knob. Yeah. We have actually spoken about this at length, about strange things that streamers do that actually streamers aren't even aware that they're doing. There's quite a portfolio of little strange things. It's like sometimes people will talk about, you know, Grum, your chat must be out of order. So sometimes it is. I mean, back when I had the dashboard, I had all sorts of weird things used to happen, and suddenly I'd get like Z would suddenly like say Z had just like taken over chat, and it was as if it had missed all Z's chat and suddenly thrown it in there. I don't get that issue with chatty, but again, you don't necessarily go through chat specifically line by line answering each thing. You tend to have 3 or 4 things in, because people are talking about the same things. So you tend to pick up on 3 or 4 things in chat, discuss them, and that kind of, it's kind of like a group. Okay, we've dealt with that, let's go on to the next thing. So people say, oh, but he's not answered me, so I might answer you like in 2 minutes time, kind of thing. You like it when I waft my shaft? What are you on about? There's nothing like a good wafting of the shaft. Waft the shaft, what are you like, mate? Waft the old shaft, geezer. Right, let's go deep into the rabbit hole here. Look, this is going to be good. This is going to be full of lovely nitrate. This is a 4x3 shaft, I think, mate. I enjoyed what was the other game we played not so long ago? I enjoyed the forest. The forest was a good game. I definitely would recommend that to anyone. I just kind of wish that the AI on the dudes was different. Or toggleable. I'd like to play the forest and actually have an opportunity to set up a really elaborate base. Or almost maybe do it like a 7 days to die, sort of 7 days, every 7 days, you know, something happens kind of thing, like a little mini horde or something. I always felt like I was too under pressure to really get into the building, which was a shame because it was an incredibly complex and elaborate building system. It was very slow to build anything complicated, but I should imagine it'd be a hell of a lot of fun. Where are we? Oh, that is more about not getting snipes. Yeah, just constantly. I think the other thing is as well. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether this makes sense because you wouldn't think it does. In games like this, I don't know. Most of the human vision, sort of ability to spot things, is based on movement, isn't it? So if something moves on this screen, I'm very likely to pick it up. And I don't know about you, but I've noticed that lends itself well in real life because I've got full 3D perception. So if I see something moving like this and I'm just staring at a particular vista, I'm going to spot it. I tend to find in a game that I pick up on movement better, almost when I'm moving, because it's giving me a slightly better version, or sorry, a slightly better understanding of my locale in that 3D world. It enables me to judge a distance better. So again, you know, if I'm hunting deer, sometimes I find it easier to hunt deer when I'm sort of on the move a little bit. It's like I spot the movement more easily. It doesn't really make sense, but I think it's because it's giving you a better awareness in terms of sort of distance judgment and things. So it's kind of crazy, isn't it? I expect there's a whole wonderful, well, scientific explanation for it all, I'm sure, but the AI on subsistence is cracking in the newer releases. Fighting 2 of them is so dangerous as they flank you. So see, this is crazy, mate. I mean, so this is one guy who's actually managed to come up with an AI system that works. Did you ever play Oh, what was it called? Fear. Did you ever play a series of games called Fear Fist? One of the only games that stands out, you know, whether or not you like the games is not the issue of debate here. The AI in those games, mate, especially the early ones, the very first Fear, was absolutely freaking outstanding, dude. Absolutely freaking outstanding. I still, to this day, haven't seen... Although I have to say that Guerrilla Games and some of the Killzone games, it just wasn't always consistent. You could play through the same level and get some variable interactions with the AI. But sometimes in Killzone, Killzone 2, I think it was, Jesus Christ, mate. It was like I was playing against players at times, dude. The AI was absolutely phenomenal from a flanking perspective. And it wasn't just flanking. It was they would be stationing, then you'd suddenly see like some sort of you know, grenade come over the top, and that's it. It was almost a cue for them all to start moving because they knew they'd got you coming out of cover, mate. It was absolutely incredible. But Fear, amazing, dude. Incredible AI in those games considering how old they are. Yeah, kicking over the tables, yeah. Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, totally. It's mad, wasn't it? Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think AI seems to be one of those things that's kind of... We seem to have forsaken AI in terms of CPU compute time for fancy graphics, don't we? It's almost like, well, if we can have 3,000 more pedestrians on the street, taking up a shitload of really boring AI algorithms just so they don't walk into traffic, but at the same time getting a firefight and everyone just stands there like a dummy. Did I play Evil Within? We did, mate, and I got X hours into it. I think we got 2 streams out of it, and then I kind of waned on it a little bit. To me, it was too combat heavy, dude. It felt too gimmicky as well. I don't mind combat in those sorts of games, but it started getting a bit silly, mate. It didn't feel like it lost the tension quite quickly. Evil Within. I felt like I was starting to build up quite a repertoire of nasty weapons, even though you didn't get... It's not like you had a bazooka every 5 minutes or anything, but... Yeah, I mean, it was a good game to a point. I felt like where I got to, it was just stagnating. It was sort of just treading water. And I didn't really want to carry on with it, to be honest. I kind of like those sorts of games to be a little bit more... sneaky. You know, even Resident Evil 7, you know, might not be the greatest game of all time, but I don't know. They just it's a really bad example to use because they're two so completely different games. But so sometimes I don't want to have a huge repertoire of. It's like Evil Within wasn't sure what it wanted to do, I think is what I'm trying to get at. Was it supposed to be, yeah, let's have some fun, you know, shooting things? Or was it supposed to be a sneaky McSneaky, let's take things really slow? And I think what happened was they ended up with different levels trying to do different things, or even different segments within the same level trying to do different things. So it kind of felt like a game you were never entirely sure whether or not you were really playing it the way it was supposed to be played. So I started off trying to really conserve ammunition and all the things, and then later on I suddenly find out there had been no point to conserve the ammo. Then I'd go through a period like, fucking Christ, I haven't got so much as, you know, a baked bean to throw at these things. There was no real sort of logical consistency to progression in the game. It just felt very disjointed. Whereas something like Resi 7 just felt like it had a real flow to it. You know, if you properly searched areas, you know, you would have ample ammo to do things, but not enough just to go crazy with it. The couple of areas where I really struggled with those kind of like shadow creatures, whatever they were called. Because I just burnt through too much ammo, you know, in panic. But Resi's got a nice balance to it. You can sort of tell when you know there's going to be a big firefight because it starts giving you some ammo very late on in the level. So you kind of know around the corner there's going to be something big. And as a player, you get to know that. You get to know what to expect coming up. So you never feel like you need to either conserve it or blow it. You know when you need to blow your load. Whistleblower DLC for Outlast. Yeah, because we played Outlast 2, didn't we? I think we leave it there, guys. I think we leave this. We've got enough nitrate. We're getting there, aren't we? We can. I mean, how much have we got? Oh god, is that it? 1,700. That's awful, dude. I thought we got about 3,000, mate. shocking, bro. Shocking. Shocking, sir. No, kudos to Mojo for buying Dark and Light, though. I'm really glad I've had a chance to actually experience that, because I think it would have been one of those games that would niggle me for a long time to come, because, you know, it definitely is the sort of game that we like. You know we like art. We know, you know, how well that works on a multiplayer server, especially in terms of the team play. Holy shit, look at that dog there, look. 2, 3, 5 dogs over there. Little dog horde. Ops, let's get out of here. I think that's our cue to run the fudge away. What's that? Avoid DS. What's DS3? Sorry, what are we talking about? DS3. What's that? Have I missed something? The boss battles in Evil Within were fun though. Yeah, to be honest, mate, it's weird actually. You mentioned the speed woman down the corridor where you first meet her, mate. Very, very good. Yeah, absolutely. The set pieces were great. I think it was the disjointed levels between it where I wasn't really sure what, you know. So some games it's quite clear that you just don't even need to kill all the enemies. You know, Resident Evil 7, there were some very sneaky areas where you just sneak past it. So some games, I can't help but play some games like Metal Gear Solid. You give me a guard in Metal Gear Solid, and I will trank the shit out of him and throw him in a locker or off a petrol platform or something. You know what I mean? I cannot play sneaky games without actually taking everyone out. I just can't do it. You give me a mob in a game like that, and that boy's getting taken down. Like, even if it takes me 6 hours to get past it, and in fact the game was designed to like walk past him in 3 seconds. Are you talking about Dead Space? Oh, sorry. I've never played Dead Space 3 actually. Dead Space 3 you can't get on Steam. I actually own it on. Is it Origin? They never released it on Steam, did they? So it's sat in my Origin library forever and ever and ever. Starts off with on like a snowy waste thing, doesn't it? I won't say any more than that, just in case it's a little bit spoilery. And yeah, I only got about 15 minutes into it, and then something came up and I had to leave, and that was it. I don't think I ever booted it back up again, to be honest. Dead Space 1, when it first came out, was fantastic. Unfortunately, it has not aged well. It really hasn't, especially not on the PC. It looked like... Wait! You alright, Grimesy? How you doing, fella? Right, let's go in and get everything back. Oh, what's up, dude? Is it a drop-off, Grimesy? Yeah, mate. Actually, let me take that knife. Fella. What you got for me, Grimesy? I'll come and have a look in a sec, mate. Let me go and do some, Oh, thanks, dude. Oh, that's awesome, bro. I'll come and have a look at how many. We'll scream your praises in chat in a moment, mate. Alright, here we go. Ooh, it looks like everything's upstairs. We just mined and mined, look. Thanks ever so much, Grimesy. We'll have a butcher's when we get back, mate. It's a hell of a lot of stone again, so we're not going to be worrying about that for a little while longer, are we? Okay, and sand back in there. That can go in there. That's looking pretty good, actually. Brass casing. Let's go back to combat mode. Should we go and do a little scavenge? What's going on with my loadout? That's not right, is it? Oh, it's because we've got the extra pickaxe. I still don't understand why we've got that. I make a boo-boo. Repair this. Do that. Boo, tickety boo. There we go. Yeah, okay, it's looking good. We're going to have something to eat as well. Let's do that. Nope. I suppose all the forges are out, but to be honest, they can stay out, can't they? You want to do a little treasure? No, we'll do that, chicks. Yeah, why not, mate? We said we'd do that a couple of days back, didn't we? Good call, mate. Good call. Good call, bro. Good call, bro. Bacon and eggs. Let's eat those. I might hang around for an hour, Simpsy, seeing as it's been such a disjointed day, just to apologise. It was It's been a bit strange because we got off to a good start with Dark Light. I was really enjoying it. Then I had to take a break, and then of course it all went a little bit icky. It's kind in a way it's kind of nice because you know we've given it a go. I feel like you know Mojo. You know, thank you. You know, really do mean big thank you to Mojo for getting that. You know, we had a good time with it, and I feel like I've shown the people that wanted to see it enough for us to know that it's definitely a game for this community. I think we will have a lot of fun with it when we go and decide, okay, now's the time to hit it. Right now, I think, to be honest, it's just something that's going to break hearts. I think we are going to end up at some point where we turn that server on and everything's just fucked. Or we have to have a lot of rollbacks or restarts, and you know, let's enjoy the game when it comes out. It's early access. Let's leave it in early access. Let's go back to it in a couple of months. You know, I've got it. Plenty of other people have got it. You know, I promise I'll jump on it every now and again. I'll give you an update on it and how things are faring. So we'll see where we go. Definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, bullets. Well, I tend not to use bullets, to be honest, Kistrikaya. I try not to use bullets at all outside of the Horde. And to be honest, I'm trying not to use bullets even during the Hordes at the minute, because I want to stockpile them ready for when the Spire goes live. So the Spire will go live once we've got, you know, 60 plus... Oh, shit! Remind me to go and have a look at how many engines Grimesy bought. Thanks ever so much for that, dude. Yeah, I can't see that not happening with Starvation, actually, Dr. Mono. I really... it surprised me that the Fun Pimps didn't make doors automated. The only thing that we need, the only thing that stops us doing it ourselves, really, because I wouldn't know where to start myself, is actually having the hook point for the electricity. What the fuck? Yeah, we can easily make you know, with the existing electrical system. Hang on one sec. That's right. Girlfriend just bought a coffee. I'm being treated quite well today, you know. Right, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare place. There are still landmines in this area, right? Or am I worrying for nothing? Wait for that little twinkle twinkle. I think the sort of game that I'd like to see is it's something that's like this, but one of the things that I really enjoyed in this game was the Starvation. Remember when we did the run to the nuclear power plant? So, like, I think Czar, Tony, I'm not sure who else. Oh, Christ, is that just a texture? That hubcap, or is that actually... That hubcap just seems to really stick out, doesn't it? It'll go around that. Okay. Oh, no, it's alright. It's just part of the texture. Look, there's another one there. I think. Is it? Or not? That's got me proper paranoid now. Yeah, I'd like to see a game that offers me something like Ark. You know, a beautiful world to explore. But what's missing in that game, what's missing in this game, is something to do together outside of just building a Horde base. Or in Ark, outside of building a big base. Ark's got the fun stuff that you can do in terms of going and getting together to tame a big animal. So that's already got a big tick in a box for me. But, you know, a big point of interest where you really need to go as a team. Now, I know that starts making it really difficult to balance for multiplayer and things. But, so sometimes I think the co-op side, I really do like co-op games. And when I say co-op, I mean like proper co-op where it's a bit of a challenge. You know, I love those sort of, I love the old holy trinity of gaming. You know, the old MMO style where it was a tank, a DPS, and a healer. I love that. I love having a defined role. You know, at the end of it, people say, you know, you did really well there, mate. Or you can say, look, that was the best healing I've ever received as a tank. Or well done, the DPS team. You absolutely kicked ass there. It's just nice to play in a team in a game, isn't it? And not just all be playing some sort of generic character where you're all doing the same thing. It's going to be a pain in the arse to take out, isn't it? Come on, really? Not even close, mate. He's just not having it, is he? Reckon as he comes around here, look. Got him. I got him. You get him. There we go. Come on, give me the feathers. 52 feathers. Bish, bash, bosh, mate. Right, this is a big ass area, mate. A big ass area. So let's just put a couple of frames down so we've got a rough idea on what's going on. So it's going to be inside that. Probably just about inside that. What? It's not actually, maybe it's not as big as I thought. Say, you knob. You knobber McNobber. Where is it? It's pretty much somewhere in that. Oh. Come on, dude, come on. Go. Lovely jubbly, matey. So, I'm going to assume... get a nice sort of box area sort of worked out, can't we? But over this side, though. Be right underneath the tree, couldn't it? I'm sensing one underneath a tree, guys. Quite often a favourite of theirs, isn't it? Right. So we know roughly where it is. Shall we just... it's a pain in the arse, isn't it? It's Sod's Law. The first one we go for is on a bloody hill, which makes it so much freaking harder to get. Could be around the back of this. Very unlikely to be, though. Start in the middle. Oh, God, is this... oh, shit, I thought this was like... oh, my God, really? I mean, you only have to go down one, don't you? Because then it will glitch through, so... Are you sure it was actually a mine, not just a texture, mate? Oh, bloody hell. Fair enough, then. Fair enough, mate. I'm glad I went around it now, fella. You right, tax up. How you doing, mate? Well, I thought I'd found it, then. It was nice to see feathers again today, Zot. And I've never quite figured out whether or not it actually is in the middle of the area. Or whether it can actually be anywhere in that area. I've never genuinely done enough treasure hunting to sort of figure that out, if that makes sense. Down 2 usually. Oh, I thought if you went down 1 and then it kind of let it, because it kind of like glitches through. Although it's on the 3rd one down, I thought the way the terrain deformation works, you can actually see it on 1 block down. In which case, I'll take it a little bit deeper here then, guys. You know what I mean? I always thought you go down 1, and then because of the terrain deformation, you'll see it here underneath the next block, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, damn right. So, I mean, honestly, mate, just let her know. Honestly, it was really nice to see her. Put a smile to my face during a difficult part of the stream that did, mate. Sitting there going, where's my server gone, mate? I honestly thought we'd lost the server. I don't think we have. I don't think we have actually lost it, but it was a bit of a, oh god, really? I've not lost my mini bite. I know exactly where my mini bite is. It's just over there, look. I was just about to start looking around then. A pingui? What the hell's a pingui? You've not been murdering little penguins in Ark again, have you? God, that was good fun. Now, there's something that Dark and Light hasn't got. Although I have to say, murdering goblins is right up there with murdering penguins, actually. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Big K. What have you done wrong to have necessitated forced consumption of carrot cake, mate? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. What heinous crime have you committed? Oh, the kid. Oh, sorry, Simpsons. His penny's just dropped. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Sorry, it didn't click actually. Did not click. We're gonna be here for freaking days, aren't we? Diet Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. I didn't even know they did Diet Dr. Pepper, mate. That's new to me. You got me wanting a nice cold glass of cherry coke. I like a bit of cherry coke once in a while. Bit sweet, but it is nice. Frickin' hell, where's me treasure, fellas? I'm almost tempted to spend skill points at this, right?
Grum, you might want to check the temperature there, fella.
Spotted, mate. I suddenly looked in chat, I was like, who's slagging who off here about fungus face? That doesn't sound very nice. Take care, Ice. Look after yourself, mate. Ignore this bunch of knobbers, mate. There be no air treasure, or there's a game that we could all play. I think our only hope is Sea of Thieves, and I'm going to be honest, I can see a lot of people just not wanting to play that, largely because of the bloody art style more than anything else. But a pirate game. Imagine us all being able to beat pirates on a ship, and we all work together. You know, we pull up on a little island, you know, dock on a little port on a little forgotten island, or even just anchor out at sea. We go on our little rowing boat, we go to the island, and we have to, like, you know, it's like a survival game as well. That'd be fucking mad. Imagine that. So we can, like, we can go and find, like, lost mines to gather iron for our cannonballs and upgrade. Oh my god, make notes, sir. We can have like a little rowboat, and even that can get attacked by sharks. We could go harpooning whales and things to get the blubber and the fat to make all sorts of manner of beautiful makeup for the elves on the ship. We could, you know, we have to stop off on little islands and go hunting to get fresh meats, and then maybe put down some barrels for fresh rainwater and come back and collect them. And oh, that'd be mad. And we could have sort of a little bit of a supernatural twist to it. So some areas of like Jason and the Argonauts with animated skeletons. Oh my god, dude, that would be such a cool game. Loads of booty. Sexy booty pirate ass just for chicks, alright? That would be a free DLC for you chicks. You can have it for free, just put courtesy. And we'll have a special attack called the Mighty Fist. Oh my god. You can have a special battering ram on the ship, which is known as the Almighty Fist, chicks. Yeah? You see where I'm going with this, mate? A huge bronze fist, mate. Just for you, dude. And you can sit on it. You can sit astride it, legs are spread, as we travel the ocean waves, mate. Singing cool shanty songs. Oh my god. That'd be pretty cool, actually, wouldn't it? That would actually be pretty damn cool. Imagine it sort of like quite hardcore graphics, like not Pirates of the Caribbean. Black Flag. Imagine that. As long as we can have like pirates with long, girly hair, so that'll be Zaranthian all sorted out. He'll be quite happy. Oh, I'll be like a little stocky dwarf with a peg leg. Oh, I can see it now, mate. Salt crystallizing in your beard. Oh, that's it. I'll come and lick it out, chicks. Oh, mate. It's the greatest game ever, bro. What will we call it? We need a name. That's it. We need to go and pitch this to someone. Get the Kickstarter started, Zaranthian. Fist, we need some artwork. Z, we're going to need a lot of donuts. Tweaking my own nipples. It's the imagery is wonderful, chicks. It's wonderful, mate. I love it, bro. I love it. We won't include this particular element of the game actually in the Kickstarter sort of spiel, however. All right, you know, we'll keep that quiet, mate. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Imagine that. So basically 7 Days to Die, but without zombies and a supernatural sort of twist to it, and out on the ocean waves and without hordes and building. So nothing like 7 Days to Die, but you get my drift. Where the goddamn is my freaking treasure, dude? Yeah, imagine that you could break into like instance tombs, like ancient tombs. And at the end of the tomb, there might be like a clue to hidden pirate treasure elsewhere. Oh my god. It'll be amazing. And we can buy ale and beer. Oh, doubloons. And beards. Oh my god, beards everywhere. Liking it. Why don't they make games with pirates in it, seriously? What's the problem with game developers and pirates, mate? Yeah, instead of walking the plank, mate, that's it. You get put in the hold and you have to eat an entire carrot cake all to yourself, Doc. Holy fucking shit, dude. The terror, mate. The terror of the hold. I like this, mate. I like this. You're thinking outside the box now, fella. Beards, yeah. Well, I don't know. I suppose James could be the cook, right? At least he won't have to wear a hairnet or anything either, will he? We won't have any bum fluff in our penis paella that he'll be brewing up for us. So everyone else has to wear a hairnet. James is like, I don't need no hairnet, bro. I don't exfoliate. I'm not sure I know what exfoliate means. Isn't that where you rub the dead skin cells off, actually? I'm sure the girlfriend explained this to me once. You have to like rub grit or tarmac or something equally abrasive into your skin. Never sounded like a particularly wise idea to me, to be quite honest. I should imagine that the best way to exfoliate is just simply to massage carrot cake into your face. It'd be the same as like one of those acid facial scrubs, I should imagine. Oh, those triangular pirate hats. Oh my god, dude. That's it. I don't want to play another game ever. That's it. You've ruined it all for me now. What's the point in even playing a game when we can't play that one? What would we call the boat? Oh my god. Think of the names we could have for all our wonderful vessels. Tales from Grumbul's booty. We'd have to call it the Knobber, wouldn't we? Imagine the terror of all the other people on the server when the sails of the Knobber come over the distant horizon. Holy shit, mate. We've already won the battle once they see the giant Knobber. Imagine that. An actual proper Knobber upon the sails. Not a skull and crossbones, the skull and Knobber. Holy shit, dude. My god. That's it. I don't want to play this anymore. I give up. Oh, this is nice coffee. We were just talking about it, Podge. I think that's what set me off on it, actually. Sea of Thieves is one of those games that I'm excited for it because it looks interesting, but at the same time, I have a horrible feeling it's going to go the way of Fortnite for me, where my initial excitement wanes extremely quickly. But who knows? Who knows? It's got pirates, it's got boats, it's got cannons. It could be fun. I want to be a pirate, Simpsy. Are there any pirate games out there? Someone quick, do a quick crawl around Steam and find out if there's any community-based pirate games. There's got to be something out there, right? Oh my god, Simpsy, we could have cake heists. We could go into like the little shanty towns under cover of night. The Nobber, all lights extinguished out at sea. Imagine it, Simpsy, a little rowboat quietly, heading inland, up on the beach, drag the old ship up there, or the little canoe thing, head into town under the cover of darkness. A tip of the old tricorn and a wink of the any eye that works, you know, because the other one's got a little bit of a patch on it. A stroke of the beard, bish bash bosh, and off we go. Stealing all the cakes. The cakes from the masters. What would they have? What would it have been back then? It would be like the master, the lord of the, I don't know, the lord of the manor or something. I don't know what it'd be. Down in the pantry, Simpsy, under cover of night. Ooh, very nice. God damn it. That's it. We're ruined. We're ruined. Might as well go back to playing Pac-Man there. we can actually have crafted cannons. You know those slightly, you know, like not a normal cannon. A cannon's like in the shape of peni. What do you reckon, Fist? So a broadside from the Nobber. Oh dear. Open up the scrotes, lads, and out come the Nobber guns. Imagine the look on the other crew's face. 12 foot, 1 foot wide peni just suddenly emerging from the scrotes. Oh my fucking god, mate. We need to make this. Has anyone got any money? All aboard the Nobber. Oh, Jesus, good lord. Oh, it's good fun being here. Ah, couple of years in development, we'll have something to show you. The salty sea spray. You got £5 and 6p. Hang on a minute. That's exactly how much money we had in the cake tin yesterday. Yeah, that seems rather coincidental, doesn't it? Has anyone actually seen this freaking treasure yet? What's going on, mate? We came for a bloody treasure chest. What's going down, bro? It would be cool, wouldn't it, to make a game sort of a proper pirate game. I think you could have a lot of fun with that. Again, I've never understood. I mean, on a serious note, why don't devs use that? I mean, you know, they go to all this trouble of making up their own lore in games and all these wonderfully weird and complicated things. What's wrong with just the old-fashioned pirate stuff? You know, pirates with a supernatural twist. I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean has literally been churning that out every couple of years and making a mint out of it. You'd think game designers would be doing the same thing. I still don't understand whatever happened with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I mean, that's probably one of the best-selling Assassin's Creed games of all freaking time. To this day, heralded as one of the greatest gaming experiences, you know, if you want to, you know, pretend to be a bloody pirate. It seems like free money almost, doesn't it? I'm almost tempted, Grimesy. I'm almost tempted, mate. It's doing my head in a little bit. You know what? I'm going to go and dig around the tree. I said right at the start, I bet it's near the freaking tree. Got a tingling. I've actually got an image of the Nobber in my mind now. She's a mighty sight, mate. She really would strike fear into the hearts of enemy combatants, trust me. She's slightly scaring me. This is ludicrous. This is ludicrous. Absolutely cockanori, mate. Where is it? Wonder if there. I mean, has anyone actually got a Steam open? Just put pirates into Steam. I wonder if there is a. I mean, I bet Risen comes up. Risen was a piratey kind of RPG, wasn't it? A European made RPG. Other than that, I can't really think of much, to be honest. There's probably lots of those little sort of Sid Meier's-esque games where you're a little crappy pirate boat travelling around. 10%. Thank you very much for the bits, Arthur Alvin. Thank you very much, bro. Yes, it was. There was something called Sid Meier's Pirates, wasn't there? I'm sure that's right, actually. Thank you very much, Asawald, and thank you very, very much for the bits, bro. How you doing? You had a nice weekend, mate. Cheers, dude. We'll put your name in the credits for that, mate. All right. What about that, Asawald? Creative designer, we'll call you. Oh, I like it, Zara. I like it, mate. It's not a carrot cake, is it, Zara? I just like to point out, you know what I mean? As long as it's not a carrot cake. Otherwise, I'm not buying into this. All right, fella. I'm not paying that to be carved out of purest mahogany just to have a carrot cake launched in there. There is a free-to-play multiplayer game called Pirates, Vikings, and Knights 2. Pirates, Vikings, and Knights all in the same game. Holy crap, mate. You're almost spoilt for choice. Obviously, you have to be a pirate. Obviously. But then again, you could play... oh, hang on. What's that there? You could play Ragnar. Ooh. Ooh. Ragnar or Captain Jack Sparrow. That'd be an interesting fight, actually. Jack's got a bit of a crafty way of getting out of danger, isn't he? I think the treasure is under the tree. I'm going to be pretty pissed if it is after I said it, like, right at the start, mate. That squashed the treasure, chicks. You're in a lot of trouble, bro. No, it's not, mate. No. What the hell, bro? I think this is the only bit we've not gone 2 down, isn't it? Is this the original land here? Starting to think it doesn't exist. It's going to get dark in a minute, mate. I'd have to have one of those quirky little walks as well, Zar. I have to say, I do love Depp's Jack Sparrow, mate. I just can't watch him without smiling. I think there's a new one out, isn't there? I'm pretty sure there's a new one out. I saw an advert for it, or coming out. Yeah, I mean, if you take pirates and then you throw in a little bit of a supernatural twang to it, you've got. I mean, you literally, that's it. I mean, you can do anything with it, can't you? You can't go wrong with pirates battling skeletons, can you? You just cannot go wrong with that. I might have a cheeky beer tonight, you know. Might have a cheeky beer and put pen to paper. We need to gather a team. It's one of those things, you're sitting there absolutely bladding at your skull on like half a pint of lager thinking, I've described the greatest game ever, mate. It's raining, let's go make millions. You wake up in the morning, you just it looks like you've been doing like noughts and crosses all night. You've got a picture of a pirate, like a little stick man. With a patch and a peg leg, that's it. Stick it up on Kickstarter. What should we ask for? 100 grand. How far do you reckon 100 grand will get us? Barbados for a couple of weeks. Search Pirates Steam, you got 613 results. Any of them even remotely interesting? Oh, it's actually finished in the summer. Really? Oh shit, I completely missed that. It's not here, guys. I think we've been trolled. I don't think there is any treasure, mate. It's as simple as that. There is actually no treasure. Unless it's underneath this lot here, which I don't think it's going to be. It's getting dark, dudes. We're actually going to have to go. I hate treasure hunting. I really hate treasure hunting. I had a Jack Daniels, one of those little miniatures. I actually thought it was a double, Doc. And it turns out that they're not. They're actually, apparently they're singles, mate. And I was fucking off my trolley, mate. Like absolutely fucking off my fucking trolley, dude. I mean, admittedly, I was very poorly. I had nothing to eat, etc., etc. It's not an excuse. It was just really surprising at how fast it hit me, dude. Having not drunk for so long, it was really weird, mate. It was really, really strange. And not at all a nice experience. I'm very glad I didn't risk having a cigar as well. I think I would probably have woken up dying. Although the whole point in not having a cigar was the reason I was having a Jack Daniels because my throat was in fucking agony, bro. I can't believe there's just nothing here, guys. Oh, yeah, what about that pirate game, Zelda, A Breath of the Wild? I think I've heard about that one, so what do you reckon? I think we should pick that up. I think with alcohol, what happens is I mean, I don't know enough about it really, but I'm kind of going to assume you build up. I mean, I used to be able to drink like a ridiculous amount, like obscene amount of alcohol. I was a huge drinker back in the day. But I'm guessing that the tolerance that you build up also dissipates reasonably. Well, maybe not quickly. I mean, I suppose I only started drinking again, what, a couple of 3 years back. And then stopped again. But I think the tolerance thing is one of those... I suppose you don't keep the tolerance for long, I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't really know enough about how alcohol affects the blood and the mind and all the rest of it. But I mean, I know people that if I drank what they drank, say tonight, well, one, I wouldn't be able to because I'd just simply be dying and throwing up way before I got to the amount they can drink. But I'm pretty sure I would end up in hospital. I mean, I could not drink 10 pints of lager. I just fucking couldn't. I used to be able to. I'd be pissed as a fart. But I literally, I couldn't drink that amount because I would just start throwing up. I think my body would just say, right, no. I wonder why that is. I wonder how that works. I mean, you actually... I suppose alcohol is technically a toxin, isn't it? I would have thought. Did anyone try Tempest? I don't think I've heard of it, actually. Yeah, it didn't take a lot. I was very surprised, actually, not. It was a very horrible feeling as well. It was I mean, it wasn't as bad as this, but it was very you know, I'm sure you've all had it when you've had too much and the room's spinning. You can't stop the room spinning. You know, you close your eyes and it's going round and round and round. I mean, you know, I have been in that situation, you know, in days gone past, and it's a horrible feeling. You realise you're completely out of control. Not as in, like, going crazy, but you no longer have any control over anything, really. All you can do is hope to God that it will dissipate, you know, as quickly as it possibly can. So it's an awful feeling, isn't it? It was a little bit like that. It was like, oh no, I actually am drunk. Oh my God, there it is. Actually, that's not bad. That actually isn't bad at all. And it looks like it was... So there's proof in the pudding it's not always in the middle, although I have to say it's not. Well, we found it anyway. There you go, chicks. Treasure hunting done, mate. Where's the freaking bike gone? Ike. Ike, I can see it. Let's have a look at this Tempest thing, Simpsy. You are technically a space pirate. Like, with Eve. True. That's what I'm looking forward to with... oh, this looks nice. It's an open world action RPG, which is offering an ultimate ability to free roam through vast worlds filled with dozens of colonies and forts, hundreds of quests and... oh my God, this actually looks quite interesting. Released a year ago and it's only got 26 positive reviews recent. 743 in total. Graphics look nice. Ooh, I like the cannons, mate. Game features. Always something to do. Oh dear. What the fuck? That reeks of a lack of developer know-how and empathy with their player base, doesn't it? So we're gonna compile a bullet point of lists that you know, key features to your game. What's the first thing you want to tell us? Always something to do. That's terrible. That's terrible. What are you trying to say? That the other games like haven't got anything to do at all? You sit there and I have to sit here for 5 minutes now, guys, because I can't do anything for a few minutes. We'll get going in a minute. Apparently it's a phone game ported to PC. Oh, God. Ah, but Zar, you're not taking into account there's always something to do, mate. Always something to do. It looks nice, though, doesn't it? I mean, it looks... I mean, I'll tell you what, if that's a bloody phone game, then fucking hell, I want that phone, mate. I'll tell you. Let's head back. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. You know, I see a lot of stuff on Steam, and sometimes you just read things, you just think, oh my God, is that really? I mean, like, do they have any sort of like PR or any sort of like anything to run it through? It's like, get someone to proofread it at least, you know. There's actually like legit posts like from the dev team, like you know, on the store page, you know, talking about the game with spelling mistakes. It doesn't imbibe you with confidence, does it? I mean, I know not everybody is, you know, English speaking, but if you're going to advertise on an English speaking site like Steam, at least get somebody to proofread it and make sure it doesn't, you know, sound like a complete 3-year-old wrote it, because it just makes people wary, especially if it's an early access. I like playing a lot of Black Wake, but I think it's only ship-based. Is that the what I think? Ah, I'll tell you what. I'll look. Yeah, let me jot that one down, Simpson. I remember playing. Oh, sorry, I didn't play it. Was it Ram? I remember watching Ram playing a game that was like a little boat, and it was like a very dark world. It was very ominous, and I'm sure that terrible things were happening with the crew. And it was one of those kind of like top view games. It was very. It got like a real dark, foreboding feel to it. It's not a sort of game that I'd want to play, to be honest. I don't think it was like, you know, multiplayer or anything, but it was a really cool game. Sunless Sea, that's the one. That's the one, yeah. That's. I'll tell you what, I was absolutely. I mean, I'd love to play it. I just don't think I'd play it on stream. It looks like a really nice, dark, nasty, sort of psychological, sort of seafaring, nasty game. Yeah, Lovecraftian feel to it. Absolutely, yeah. That's a really nice way of putting it, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely pick that up and play it. I mean, I just don't think it's... I think it's one of those games that you sort of want to immerse yourself with. I'm not just sure the binter banter of a stream would lend itself well to it, but... Did Evil die? I think Black Wake would be a war. Oh, wow, sorry, Simpson. I didn't see you'd linked it. Let's have a look. Black Wake. Oh, got to put my date of birth in. Oh, wow, that looks amazing. Actually, Black Wake does look really, really good. I mean, just as in what it looks like. I mean, it could be the most awful game, but it looks nice. You right, Mojo? How you doing, fella? And any release this year? Holy crap! That boat ramming into the other one. Then holy crumbs! Is it PvP or is it like PV versus or just like PvE, but you know maybe with a mix of both sort of thing? $14.99. Attention, Black Wake does not require low ping to play. Naval combat FPS is playable even with 350 ping. Advertise that. I mean, the graphics look mad. Apart from the horrible green thing where you're repairing. Oh, I can see the hats. I can see a tricorn hat. I can see like a ye olde English hat. I can see sort of shotgun-y, well not shotguns, but Game modes with variation. Range from traditional dual style 1v1 deathmatch all the way to... Ah, it's just PvP, guys. Well, I'm sure if you're after a sort of PvP game around piratey stuff, then it's fantastic. But yeah, it just looks like it's PvP, doesn't it? Like missions. Yeah, not my cup of tea. But it looks nice though. I mean, for those of you interested in shit, can't see squat. When did it go dark? Where's my bloody bike gone? Yeah, I mean, something like that, but where you can actually go and, like I said, like a survival-based element to it. You know, like I said, stopping off at, you know, some of the larger ports to stock up on goodies or get some quests or missions. I can imagine that you could make a hell of a game out of that. I suppose it's making sure that it's all very well saying this, but you know, you can make a fun game out of it because of what pirates and the supernatural provide you in terms of creativity and general creative content. But actually, it's making it. There's no point having you sitting on a boat on the ocean seas for 45 minutes traveling to an island. See what I mean? So it's easy for us to sit here and sort of like come up with ideas, but actually, there would potentially be a huge amount of downtime, wouldn't there? You'd have to think of ways to make the game interesting, which is why something like Sea of Thieves quite interests me, because obviously that's a very, from what I can gather, it's a very much a pick-up play for you know, if you want to, a short period of time with your friends, and then you know, bugger off down the pub kind of thing. It's not one of these games where missions take you 35 hours to complete. It's a very quick, short, snappy game style. It'd be interesting to see what, you know, how they do that. It's like I've said, we've seen a lot of Sea of Thieves, but everything seems to be almost very scripted. It looks like they're all having random things happen, and they no doubt are, but it's all very focused. What is the downtime, you know, between these islands? Well, you know, how often do you bump into another player? It almost feels sort of like slightly contrived. You killed Evil! Z-Star, that's shocking. Anything, I mean, I tell you what would be great, wouldn't it, Simsy? Imagine a Life is Feudal, but piratey game. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Imagine actually having to build the ship. Oh, that'd be amazing. Actually, that would be really cool. Imagine a game where you actually start off like on an island, and you all start on the same island. Is it pure PvE? And you actually have to gather all the resources. You've got to live, you've got to survive, you've actually got to build a ship. That'd be mad. That'd be really good fun. Imagine that very first time when you know the sails go up and you actually get to go and explore other islands and things and start unlocking stuff and getting quests, and that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Now you got all your forges running on your starter island, you know, crafting the cannonballs and the cannons and all that, and the molds for it. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Almost sort of a modular-based game. You can almost make a Star Citizen. Oh, I'll tell you what we're going to do, right? This is it. We're basically going to call it Star Pirates. So it's like Star Citizen, but Star Pirates. So about this time, 3 years' time, we'll have approximately $150 million to develop this, all right? Told you I'd sort you lot out one day. You can thank me later. Imagine that. Basically, we're just going to take what Star Citizen is, but sort of create it pirates and ships. But instead of spaceships, floaty ships. And we'll put that in the we'll put that in the Kickstarter. Not spaceships, floaty ships. And people will know that we mean business. That we know a lot about, you know, naval combat. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, mate. The sky... the sea is the limit. Oh my god. There's the tagline. The sea is the limit. Oh, there's no end. There's no end to this, mate. Oh, I should have worked for one of those think tank companies, I tell you. The pervy scurvy crew. I like that, mate. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. We'll have to have our Sea of Thieves pirate clan called the Pervy Scurvy Crew. Bloody pirates. We need more pirate games, Mojo. Where was that? Where am I putting plant fibre, guys? And earth. Maybe downstairs. 5,000 of those. Oh, shite. Okay, and then gold nuggets, silver nuggets, raw diamonds. Let's go. What happened, Z? You nicked his bike so he couldn't get on mine when 5 ferals chased us. Z? That's awful. Jumped off, ran to him, told him to get on his bike, but I was too late. It was at that point you started or stopped giggling. That's very important for us to understand exactly what happened here, Z-Star. You were crying because now he is mad. Aww. You want me to come and pick you up, Evil? I can come and pick you up if you want, dude. You want me to bring you a bike or go and get your stuff? I can do it if you want, mate. Gotta watch that, Z, dude. She's got a dark side to her, mate. You're right, Nina. You're right, Asatis. How's things, mate? Right, let's have a look where we were. Let's pop that and that in there. Oh, that needs to go back upstairs. I'm gonna guess I'm putting soil in. Oh yeah, we are. There it is. Let's go and see what Grimesy bought us. Thank you in advance, Grimesy. Obviously, if it's a crap drop off, we're all gonna laugh at you, and that'll be the last we ever see of you, mate. So it better be a good donation, bro. Gonna have a look. She literally left Evil to die. He was devoured by 5 ferals while Z was sitting on top of a small mound of donuts on Evil's bike. Look at this one, mate. Dude, Grimesy, you bloody star, mate. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 engines. Nice one, mate. Seriously, nice one, bro. Let's take some of this crap back with us as well. Not really cleaned up this one, have I? Nice one, dude. What's the minimum quality engine of any use to us, Grummy? I think even 1 would probably do. The chances of you ever finding a 1 is pretty remote, but anything, dude. Because even if we get really crappy low ones, we'll just blend them together, mate. So don't worry. Thanks for that, Grimes. That's a fantastic. That is a fantastic donation to the Spire. That is. I've got like a 13 and a 1 here, Stripe. So. We can even use, I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing even that will output 5 watts or so. There's got to be a minimum amount, I would have thought, so. What's that? Whose birthday is it? What's going down here? Excuse me. Oh, God, don't start that. I've not coughed all day. Hang on, whose birthday is it, mate? Is it yours, Dizzy? Is it really? 10 engine's not bad. Sadly, 10 away from the GB give out. What's that? What's the GB give out? You're right, Carbon Raiders. How you going? We only need 60 or so, I think, Grimes. You know, give or take. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dizzy. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Happy birthday, mate. I hope you have a fantastic day. A fantastic day, fella. Were you quick enough, Zar? I tried to surprise you there, mate. Happy birthday, fella. Happy birthday, mate. Have a good one. Have a drink on me, sir. Let's go and put all the other stuff back. You going out for a bit of a meal, are you, fella? Pine cones, they need to go in there, and that's the other thing I needed to put in there. So that and that Sand's upstairs. So's that. The lead can go in there. Jesus Christ, we've got so much crap, haven't we? Well, I say crap. I suppose there's nothing like crap in this game. Everything's got a bloody use, hasn't it? You'll always end up using it. There we go. Bish, bash, bosh. We're getting a little bit cold and a little bit hungry. Careful. Meat stew, why not? Let's treat ourselves. Let's have a splurge. I'm gonna need to go hunting tomorrow, guys. Although, having said that, looking at it, why don't we just make a load of bacon and egg? Yeah, well, I'm gonna need to go hunting. 1 minute. Jesus Christ. 161 eggs. That is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm just gonna go and do the farm then. Dink, dink. Let's go. I am farming, by the way, on the server, so if anybody notices anything weird happening, you'll know it's me. In fact, if anybody could tell me if anything weird happens. Because I'm starting to think it's only when blind does it. I'm going to do the corn now. Anybody tell me if they get any hiccups while we do this? There you go, all done. Everything else is just normal farm stuff, so. Lovely jubbly. So something quite sort of satisfying about farming in this game. I still think it's the one area where they could do some real development and almost turn it into a mini game in its own right. I suppose it just depends on how complicated they want to make it, but survival in the game isn't difficult, but that's an end game, isn't it? Start making crops really hard to grow. You know, with water and sprinkler systems and all the other fancy stuff we've spoken about over the last sort of 6 months. I mean, who knows? Right, let's just make 30 of each. Hate doing this. I think if you do it once a week, once you get to this point in the game, you know, you stop piling it nicely, aren't you? You know, you've already got the 250 wellness, so goldenrod's not a huge issue. You're really just doing it for the paint. Not even sure why I make the yucca. It's the goldenrod we really want to push forwards with, because that's the one we're running behind on for paint. Everything else we've got like a good stockpile of. Let's go and put all the rest back. Are we using any shotgun turrets? We will do, yeah, definitely. Raised up. We're gonna have 2 each, so we're gonna have to start with 8. Obviously, one on each, so 4 to begin with if we're struggling. But I'd like to be operational with 4. So 2 each, 8 in total. So consider them like as the last line of defense, like raised up. It's probably 3rd, 4th block high, overlooking our primary kill zone. Are they working on an updated starvation? Yeah, we understand they are, mate. Yes. Well, how far in development of that? I don't know. I suppose they've just announced that. Was it Alpha 16.2 is now... Is Alpha 16.2 now considered stable? Is Alpha 16.2 the stable build? I know there was an announcement yesterday or something, wasn't there? But I'm not sure whether they were saying Alpha 16.2 experimental to stable didn't require a restart, or whether they're actually talking Alpha 16.1. I'm going to assume they're going to expect us to restart. And now they're working on 16.3, aren't they, for the final fixes, and then they're going to move on to Alpha 17. You had a hard day, Nina. What have you been up to, mate? 16.2 is the stat. Yeah, I don't know whether I saw it on a tweet or something. I saw something out there. So, to be honest, mate, I'm not even going to bother updating. And until I can be asked to actually manually test it. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, to be. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nina. Put your feet up, mate. Nice little drinky peas, Nina. Just one or two. To relax the Nina. You got Monday off then, have you, Nina? Is this like you were like a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or? Any tips for how to get nitrate? Well, I've just been to the snow biome, mate, to do exactly that, to try and get a load of nitrate, and I'm going to be honest, mate, it hasn't gone particularly well. I mean, the snow biome is where it's supposed to be, bro. I mean, I did get some. I mean, don't get me wrong. Snow biome, dig down to bedrock, gotta find a gravel vein, and you'll get some. Just that my veins on this server just don't seem to be particularly bountiful, unfortunately. I don't think it's we're doing anything wrong. It's just a case of, although we've got lots and lots and lots of points of interest, the terrain's pretty nice. It just seems to be a struggle to find ore. Although having said that, coal seems to be bloody everywhere, mate. I haven't really found like a really big iron deposit. I haven't found a big nitrate deposit. They're the only two things I've really been looking for. Lead and coal seem to be just like pretty simple to get, but the other nitrate is definitely not easy. I think I've got a total of about 6,000 so far, maybe a little bit more. It's probably just luck, mate. It's just literally where I am. There isn't a lot of it, or it's hard to get to. Uh, 16.2 is compatible with 16 saves. Oh, nice one. How is it? So I could just update and not worry about it. Is that? I mean, have you tested it then, Archibus, or? Cheers for that, dude. What's my opinion on the Navigator map? It's fantastic, dude. But I'd only play it if I was planning on a single player game, and not planning on spending a huge amount of time on it. So if I was looking at a 200-day server, well, it wouldn't be a server, it would be Nav's game, but a 200-day playthrough, sorry, I suppose is the best way of looking at it. Max, I'd probably hit Nava's game. If I was playing on my own, I wouldn't hit Nava's game unless it was maybe just 3 people at most. It is a very, very small map, mate, but it's definitely worth checking out because they've done a lot of really cool stuff with it that they can't obviously do in random gen. There might even still be some actually unique points of interest on Nava's game that you can't get in random gen. That used to be the case. I don't know if it still is. They've done some really nice towns. In fact, there is a brand new town in Alpha 16, isn't there? I can't remember the name of it. But it's things like the canyon and the way the water and the sheer cliff sides all meet. There's some really nice places to build. I would if I was doing an Iron Man playthrough, or even just playing on my own for whatever reasons, I would totally hit Nava's game, mate. If you're playing multiplayer with any plans on playing for an extended period of time, I'd probably go with a random gen map. So it's something nice about I suppose a handcrafted map, isn't there? Let me just make another 30 golden rod, because they're the ones we're running a bit behind on, weren't we? I'm not going to make any more shrooms. Yeah, that PUBG first person is not. From what I can understand, it's not going too well, is it? Is it still very? You mentioned it earlier, didn't you, Nina? It's still a bit buggy, to say the least, right? Need more. I must be missing a crop of something, and I can only think it's the mushrooms, isn't it? How did you not notice that, Zar? How could you not notice that, mate? I'm not such a big fan of watching it in first person, dude. Oh, is it getting better, is it, Fist? I was going to say, I mean, it's only teething troubles, isn't it? I'm sure they'll be able to make a fantastic first person, though. No doubt of it. I think it'll definitely be more interesting to play first person. I just don't think it's quite got the wow factor in terms of watching it. You're right, Stripe, how you doing, fella? You want to put something in this one? Okay, if you got a drop off, pop him in there, mate. I'll come and have a look. The engines? Is it engines? Seeds left. I feel whenever you're next to another player, always it seems like your character's short. Oh, dude, no. Oh my god, 6. Oh my god, dude. Absolute freaking star, mate. 7, 8, 9. Plus the fuel. Oh, mate, that is freaking splendid, dude. Let's go and see how many we've got. I think we worked out 60. No, 15, 30. It would be 60, wouldn't it? 60 would have been. Oh, shit, I think I'll just close the door on Stripe. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 25. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. Jesus Christ, this is some low-grade engines, bro. How can you get in such low-grade engines, dude? That means it must be based on some... Oh, hang on. I'm not on... I keep clicking it! Throw that in there. Don't even know what to do with the shotguns. I'm coming. There you go. Sorry, mate. So we're over halfway then, guys. We're actually over halfway. Got more. Is that another one? Oh, Stripe. Is there anything you need, Stripe? Sure? Anything you... Thanks very much, Stripe. Nice one, Grimes. Nice one, Stripe. That actually puts us quite close to going operational, guys. That's phenomenal. That is, Stripe. That is phenomenal, mate. In fact, let me go and put that back. I suppose if we all jump on tomorrow and just go and hammer the crap out of another town, we'll probably have enough to take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I've got about 38 engines. You've got engines as well, Z. I mean, 12 more and we hit the 50 mark. You know, we're sort of at that point. I'll tell you what I'll start doing then. I'll start making all the... Unless someone's already done it, so please let me know if you have. I'm going to start making all the fence parts. Holy shit. Where are all... Oh, no, it's okay. God damn it. I thought that... So we need 2 per each, don't we? Let's work on a basis of 15. So that's 15 there. Oh, my God. How many electric fences do we need, guys? It's 15, 30, 60, 6, 12, 8. We need 240 electric fences. This is going to crash the server. There's no way this is not going to crash the server, mate. I can make 100 of them. Oh my god. That is shocking, bro. That is shocking. Is my maths right there? Let's assume it's worst case scenario, it's 15. It's 15 on that side, 30 on that side. 15, 30. That's 60. It is. It's 240 freaking electric fences. Oh! Holy shit, bro. Well, I can make them, guys. I can make them. Let's make 50 just so we've got a few spare in case I bob it. Oh my god, look at that. All that scavenging's paid off, hasn't it? I'm at forged iron, so... And then we need all of the generators as well. Holy shit. You're right, Morgan. How's things? That is shocking. Corned beef. That is disgusting, dude. Couldn't you buy yourself like a nice piece of steak instead? Instead of corned beef. Corned beef. Oh, dude, no. That's not right. That isn't, mate. Gonna give his meat a jolly good pounding. Ugh. Ugh. Corned beef's alright until you take it out of the tin and you realise it's got all that putrid gelatinised fat just sitting in the bottom of it. Oh my god, that stuff is nasty, bro. Steel arrows. Oh shit, what did I just click then? Click, click, craft. There we go. So, we've got the electric fences. We're going to need to make some electric generators. Let's just see how many of those we actually make. And the problem with electric generators, you can't make them, as in they don't stack at all, do they? Let me just take these over. And we're going to take the land claim blocks as well. I only need 4, I would have thought. So if I take that, everything else should be over there. In fact, let's start prepping ready to build this tomorrow. I'm not sure how to... It might be in our best interest to actually bring a workbench over with the raw ingredients for the generators, because we're going to need 60 generators, aren't we? Which is a hell of a lot of inventory space. Let's be honest about it. Corned beef... I can't stand corned beef, mate. There's something just horrible about corned beef. I mean, what actually is in corned beef? I mean, serious question. What is it made out of? Wrong way. There ain't a lot of cow in corned beef, is there? Let's be fair, right? I'm trying to think. I think I was forced to eat like corned beef sandwiches back in the day. I think that was the only time in my life where I descended into sort of like Tsar ketchup mode. It was the only way to sort of mask the sort of putrid flavour of it. Maybe corned beef's different these days. Maybe I just used to have like really horrible cheap corned beef or something, but I do remember it being god awful. Yeah, but it's not just like a piece of beef, is it? Let's be honest. There is no way that it's just like one big slab of beef. It ain't, is it? It's got all sorts of extra crap just thrown in there to pad it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-ish. 7, 8. I don't know. Should we go 8 from the back there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How hard is a land claim block compared to a concrete block? Does anyone know? Anyone got any idea? See, the problem is if I put a land claim block here so that we can play about with the electrics. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's sod it. We don't actually need to put one down, do we? Because we shouldn't actually cock it up. There. Let's go make a little... Get off the ladder, bro. Let's go put a little drop box down for all the bits. So... We did have a box down here, didn't we? So let's put the land... no, I'll tell you what. Let me just make myself a little personal box. Because otherwise I'm going to get fucking confused as hell. We just put a box that I know what I've got in it. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to put all of these in it. I'll take these back. I'm not going to put these here yet. Right, so we've got 3, 4, 5... sorry, 4. We've got 7 generators. We are going to have to put land claim blocks down, thinking about it, because we have got some generators in the northwest spire that are in the wrong place, aren't they? Got loads of, what, mustard seeds and stuff in it. Ugh. Ugh. South corner. I will not forget where the generators are, Zar. That's why I've just made a special box, bro. Specifically at the end of the tunnel where I can't possibly forget where they are today. Now, tomorrow's a completely different kettle of fish, mate. Corned beef is actually brisky. I don't even know what that means. All I know is that I seem to remember this horrible pale sort of browny pink meat slab of putrid nastiness with congealed fat in it that you sort of slice and put on a sandwich and then sort of try and sell it to your mates for like 10p so you can go to the sweetie shop. Nasty. I think UK corned beef is very different to what you guys eat in the US because it sounds not... The simple fact that the beef is fed on corn has got nothing to do with the shit we get out of a can, mate. I tell you, trust me. I think that the chance of finding any sort of bovine ingredients in corned beef in the UK would be based on whether or not you find a small piece of tail or a hoof in it. I'm going to go so far as to say it's very different. Generators. They were generators. Yeah. You little faiths are. Right, let's go and put all this lot back then. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Paprika. It sounds like what you eat is actually... I mean, it sounds like what you're saying. It actually sounds quite nice, mate. I think the only reason you eat corned beef in the UK is if you simply can't afford fucking anything else, mate. You'd rather just eat baked beans on toast than eat corned beef over here, mate. It's nasty ass stuff, dude. Nasty ass stuff. Throw those in there. Right, so... Oh, what? Really? That didn't go back. What happened there, then? Are we actually full? I'm just trying to think what else we need. Sorry, back. Oh, let's have a look at this. What was this, Paprika? Let's have a look, mate. Holy shit, mate. That almost looks like thinly sliced bacon. If you were to say, tell me that was like some sort of like magically thinly sliced bacon with bits of sort of cheese and stuff, then I'd be like all over that. So that's actually your corned beef. Oh my god. No, I pressed a bum button, Zar, when I went to mute out. That was all, dude. So that's American style corned beef. That's so different to what we have. Let's have a look what you've got, Diz. Happy birthday. Oh, this is it. That's what I'm talking about, guys. What Diz has put on display there. That is what I know as corned beef. It is fucking rank, mate. Yeah. Wait, as that comes out of the tin as well, you'll start seeing like even more fat, like where it's been standing in its own shitty juices. It's interesting, isn't it, that we call something so similar, and yet you know, oh god, that looks. Corned beef is right. Corned beef is disgusting. Corned beef is absolutely disgusting. That's what I'm talking about. Simpsons now. This is what I was talking about. The congealed fats. That is what if you if you go to someone's house in the UK and say, I'm a bit pecky, so you know, I'll rustle you up a corned beef sandwich. That's what you'll be eating, mate. Do you see what I'm talking about now? That is nasty ass shit. That is, mate. Corned beef is actually worse than Spam. Yes, it is actually worse, dude. Oh, is that where the word corn comes from? Corns of salt. Oh, that's interesting, G Witty. Huh. Mustard. Sorry, custard. Custard mustard. In fact, actually, I've just saying mustard. That's probably about the only way you could eat corned beef. Have it really thin, as you can, because obviously at some point corned beef just starts disintegrating. It's like a cheap plasticine. It maybe to smear like half an inch thick layer of Coleman's mustard over it, and you might just manage to disguise the flavour. In Germany, we get a proper English corned beef, nasty stuff of the devil. Yeah, it's awful. It is awful. I'm sure there's people that rustle up a really nice meal with it, you know, and then just don't let people know that it's made out of corned beef. I can't imagine how you do that, but let's go make sure we're all sorted on water and food as well. The white robe. Oh, you got me wanting to play a sort of medieval game now, mate. Well, we need to go and become mages again in Dark and Light, bro. It's nice not having to drink the goldenrod. That's we've got 125, but we have just put a load more down, haven't we? So, chrysanthemums 436, goldenrod's 125, and cotton's really not an issue. So paint-wise, we're pretty much sorted, aren't we? But I think it does involve water as well, so we'll have to. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just go and very quickly fire up the forge. The other forge is 4 of the 5 are down, aren't they? So we'll light number 1 forge for the some more forged iron. I want to make a couple of thousand forged iron, replenish supplies on that for the armor, because we've just used it all on the electric fences. Ooh, careful. Corned beef and cabbage. Oh my fucking god. I don't even want to click on it, mate. I'm not a fan of cabbage end of. Cabbage has got a weird smell to it. Cabbage is like one of those things that it's almost as bad as fish in the way it makes like a kitchen smell for a little bit. It's awful. I wouldn't do it, Zar. Hand on heart, I really wouldn't do it. Unless you're desperate to go and play it. In the sense of you just want to see how it's going. I recommend it, Zar. I still stand by it. I highly recommend Dark and Light. But I just wouldn't buy it just yet. I'd wait 2 or 3 months. And I'd almost expect to see a price drop. We'll see it on some key reseller sites. And just see where it goes. I don't think playing it right now is really going to lead you to yay or nay it any more than you already know. You already know you're interested in it, dude. I just don't think you're going to get a very fun experience. The only reason I'm going to keep bouncing back to it is because I've already got it, and just to see at what point it becomes viable. I just don't see why you'd get it now, if I was to be brutally honest with you. Get 2-3 months, maybe even get it on a price drop, get it on a bit of a discount, you know, follow it on YouTube, you know, find a nice YouTuber who's giving like proper updates, not just a playthrough. I think you're going to have the same problem. I mean, I suppose what it would do is it'd let you know if you can run it, because there is a lot of fiddling about with the settings and things. Right, I want to make forged iron. I think the problem you're going to have, Zara, is if you buy it now, you're going to play it. You're probably going to play it, enjoy it the same way I have, but also know there's a lot more that needs to be done under the hood. And it's almost frustrating in a way, dude. Corned beef or carrot cake, which is the worst? Fucking hell, that's a tough call, mate. That's a real dilemma, that is, mate. Jesus Christ, would I rather eat a whole carrot cake or a whole tin of corned beef? I suppose at least the corned beef is moist, which is something that carrot cake isn't, despite what everybody tries to tell you. The exfoliant carrot cake. I don't know, mate. I don't know. They're both evil. Oh, dude. Imagine carrot cake with corned beef on top of it. I reckon they would both maybe converge to make something that's almost edible. I really want to go and shoot a zombie in the head. I feel like I've not shot enough zombies today. Yeah, you'll do, mate. Come here. Go to a Weatherspoons. No, thank you. Why would I want to go to a Weatherspoons, dude? Cheap, nasty lager, mate. And food that's basically come out of a freezer, no doubt, as well. I used to drink in a Weatherspoons down the King's Heath High Street. I'm trying to think what the name of it was. Might have been the Prince of Wales back then. It might have probably been renamed now. Nice pub, actually. Weatherspoons still do those like meal deals, like it's like 2 for 10, things like that. I used to go to one. Oh god, it was the back end of Acox Green as well. They used to do a really nice meal. It was the what do they call it? The one with all the meat. You know, you get sausage, you get bacon, you get steak, you get chicken. What the hell do they call that? And they was really nice portions as well, dude. And a really nice little bit of steak. I mean, it was only an 8-ounce steak, so I mean, it's not exactly the biggest steak, you know what I mean? But it was always cooked to absolute perfection. It was really nice. Who's this? It's Grimesy! Hello, Grimesy. Let me open the doors for you, fella. It's £5 and 6p. I don't want this 6p disappearing, you know. This is a Kickstarter. This is public funding, you know. You can't just make the 6p disappear. Percentage-wise, that's quite a large chunk of our budget, you know. Go to the corner shop and get yourself some penny sweets. You'd be right out of luck, mate, because I think the minimum cost of a penny sweet now is like 5p in it, dude. Thanks very much, Grimesy. Very much appreciate that. Is that more engines, was it? Oh, no, I don't know what he brought back then. And put all this away. They do, I know there's 5p, 10p and 20p penny sweets in our local shop. I can't think of anything they've got for a penny. I do know shops that do penny sweets. But they're basically, someone's taken a pack of Haribos and emptied them out into a big box. I'm sure it's quite a lucrative win-win, actually, to be honest. We've got a very nice ye olde sweet shop in our city centre that still does sweets measured out. You know, in a little paper bag and everything. That's kind of cool, that is. But it's so expensive, dude. So expensive. Not as bad as, obviously not as bad as like a cinema, for example, but still crazy prices compared to what we to pay as nippers. Where would I put those? Put that back there. I can hear a screamer or something banging on my bloody wall, guys. Someone out here, isn't there? I can hear it. Shit, it's a Daphne on the outside. Go. Come on, open the door. Can I nick your... Oh, it's not. I was going to nick your bike for a minute there, Grimesy. I've got a Daphne banging on my western wall, I think. Come on, my cheeky little fella. You got me really wanting to play a pirate game now, you know. Jeez, look. There was something really nice about Black Flag. Really nice. The whole game was just really well done. Oh shit, that was a bad shot. Ooh, that, however, was not. Thank you, Daphne. Lovely jubbly. What did we get out of that? Was that cat food or? I don't even want... Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll keep it. We'll feed it to ice for punishment. I've just realised this. I actually still need to reinforce the concrete look on the top on the the crenellations and everything. In fact, oh my God, did we not finish the crenellations? I don't think we did, look. Bloody hell, Grum. Half a job, mate. Oh, no, we did. No, it's to leave a gap for the tower, wasn't it? Sorry. Oh, I'm sure I didn't start the pirate combo. Maybe. Is that his official name? Mushroom Knobber. You're going to have to explain to me how this all came about. I feel like I've lost a part of Grumbodian history and lore today with this, this shenanigans. Was this all unfolding while I was AFK, was it, or something? An ocean mushroom. I bet such a thing exists, you know. Throw that on there. So what was I going to do? Throw that in there. Right, that's it then, boys and girls. I think we're ready for tomorrow now. Where did we put all the tin food in here? Right, guys, girls, I do apologise for the most bizarre stream today, to be honest. It started off all so well with dark and light, and then, of course, we hit those server... Well, it wasn't the server's fault, but... Oh, cheers, Grimesy. We will be back tomorrow morning. I will endeavour to be on no later than I would have thought, about 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll probably carry on with 7 Days to Die, I would have thought, unless something else takes my fancy. But we sort of lost a little bit of time on the server today, so I'll probably try and get the Spire at least semi up and running. We've got a horde coming up in sort of like 4 hours, haven't we? So if you're on the server, if you can jump off it, that would be amazing, because I do want to take another backup, because... I'm going to assume everything's been nice and stable today, otherwise you'd have told me. But thank you very much for joining me throughout today. Like I said, big thanks to joining... Well, thanks to everyone for joining me for Dark and Light, and that we're helping out with some tips and tricks there, because the game is quite complicated. You know, although it looks and feels like Ark, there's a lot of stuff going on under the hood that is very, very different. And I genuinely feel that game is going places. I really do. I do highly recommend it. I just wouldn't buy it just yet. I just wouldn't, you know, like Zar said, I just wouldn't click the buy button maybe for a couple of months, just in case it does a belly flop. That's my concern. They've got what is potentially a fantastic game. If you were going to buy it, what I'd suggest you to do is just go and have a look at Snail's pedigree as a company. And it might raise a little eyebrow as to... whether or not they're genuinely going to commit to this game. I'm going to assume, due to its popularity on Twitch over the last sort of week of release, and potentially, I've not really checked YouTube, but I'm going to guess it's quite popular, that they kind of see that it is potentially a cash cow. But it's a very... You know, with a failed MMO history and all the rest of it, are they not just maybe trying to recoup those early development costs by having been given a free engine, and therefore let's just stick a little bit of a skin stroke mod of Ark, recoup those early MMO development costs and call it a rainy day? That's why I'm saying it might be worth just to leave it a couple of 3 weeks. Let's see if it's one of those fireworks that fizzles very nicely and then just nothing really happens once it's in the sky. Who knows? I really hope that's not the case. I think it's got the potential to literally kick Ark's arse out of the park completely. I certainly can see creatively where it can go, whether or not they can do anything with it or want to do anything with it. And of course, I don't know what the history is with Wildcard and Snail, and whether that, you know, you might suddenly find the entire Wildcard team simply walk away once Ark is fully released as a final version, you know, on console and PC with a big optimization run and all the rest of it. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for joining me. I thoroughly appreciated you all being here today. It's been a wonderful day. I've got lots to go and do this evening, so I'll try and jump on Discord probably in about half an hour, 45 minutes to have a quick natter with you. If you're streaming tonight, please let us know in Streamers Showcase. I'll try and jump on as well. So some free entertainment on the Grumbodian stream team. We'll need to do that hashtag thing, actually. I was going to speak to a couple of you about that. We'll have to start doing when we tweet out the hashtag Grumbodian stuff. I noticed a couple of you were doing it. Just no one mentioned it, so I've only just really picked up on it. Thank you for the subs, the resubs, the bits, and the donations as well, guys. Really do appreciate that. Join us on Discord, like I said, !Discord, and join us on Twitter if you want to know when the streams go live. Have a wonderful Saturday evening, and I'll see you all bright and early tomorrow morning with a nice cup of coffee and a donut. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe.